Damn, my people, I fucked up. I tried to switch up the. God damn it. Oh, boy. I fucked up, guys. My bad. I tried to switch devices and I accidentally ended the other live like an idiot. Like a fucking idiot, I ended the other live. My bad, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, thank you, studio. Welcome back. Zayat. Tyree. Welcome, Tyree. Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry. Let's start this over. My algorithm was shot anyway, so. Yeah. Shy was saying something. I'm sorry, Shy. Hopefully that live got recorded. I'm putting all the lives on YouTube. I've already set it up. I just haven't. All right, thank you, studio. And I'll try to invite everyone back and see if my goddamn my friends list is limited on this phone. Like I don't have it. They don't be popping out the way I want them to. But we'll see what happens. This prompt right here. This one gets them up here. I don't know why. I'll play some things in the meantime. Oh, this is what I wanted to play. Hear this part of studio, because we're talking about the Somali community, and I wanted you to hear how this white nationalist talks about the Somali community. On right here. I want you to hear this because I'm gonna make you mod again. My thing, just don't take advantage of it, okay?
I never did, actually.
I know. I can't tell. Okay. Okay, Ron. I want you to hear this because I don't have it. Where is it? Okay, let's do this first. Let's do the
That white guy that was talking about Somalis?
Yeah, you saw that?
What was he saying?
Hold on. Let me see if I can
There's
find
so
it.
many. Because there's so many.
No. This one's good though. This one's good. First, I want to play the undocumented one because he makes really good one. So I'm gonna do the undocumented one first.
Is it Alex Jones?
No.
You were talking about?
No. It's not Alex Jones. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second here. It was good too. So first, he makes some insightful things about the undocumented. So it's three people. It's a debate, and I don't know these people's names. Was it here? Oh man, where was it? Okay, I'll just do the undocumented one because that's the one I reposted, and then I'll track it down and find the Somali one. What's up, Ron? Good to see you. I know you saw me on the chat yesterday. I saw you talking your shit on the comments. Let's see. All right. You want America to be 99% white?
Probably say realistically we could get to like 75. I think we need to like deport a lot of people to, actually have that. Like I think we just need to deport people.
Here's the problem though. It's like, okay, we deport people, but yeah. What does that solve?
Yeah, can I ask you a real quick question, just like out of curiosity? What historical precedent do you have for mass deportations generating a net economic gain in the United States? Well, I don't think, like I said, I don't think GDP is everything. I would say culture. I'm just saying GDP. I'm just saying gain of any kind. Wages actually meant more in 1965 before the Hart-Celler Act, so I guess I would reflect.
Do you think that was because of mass deportation?
No, it was because it was pretty much all white people here, and, they weren't over here yet.
Do you know why wages were so competitive in the 1960s?
Because America actually built stuff.
Do you know why America actually built stuff back then?
Because we had all the factories and
Yes, because we had one of the few countries that wasn't completely bombed out infrastructure-wise after World War II, which made it incredibly easy for the United States to maintain a lead over other countries until after the Marshall Plan reached its fruition, and then suddenly you have the 1980s where a bunch of people are freaking out over Japan potentially surpassing the United States. Right now, it's China. They're concerned about China surpassing the United States.
because we opened our doors to China. Pretty sure Nixon was the one who did
That's
that.
everything. My question to you is, when in American history has mass deportations been a net positive
Oh shit.
for the country?
When has mass immigration been a net positive for the country?
Throughout the entire United States history.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but it
wouldn't be
depends where these immigrants
it wouldn't
are
be
from.
America
That's the
without
thing.
immigration.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be America, but those immigrants, they were mainly, Germans and WASPs that were coming over.
Are you forgetting the people who were brought over in the slave trade? Those are immigrants too.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying black people are essential to American culture. Black people have, been in America since America was founded. But I would say
But you want America to be 99% white. Is what
well,
I'm
I
mainly
would probably
asking-
say realistically we could get to like 75.
I'm mainly
I think we
asking,
could get
when
75,
has mass
like 80.
deportations been a net positive in American history?
We've never had to do mass deportations because we never
That is
had
a
50
complete lie.
million.
We did
people
mass
before.
deportations during Mexican repatriation in the 1930s. There's the Indian Removal
Yeah, but it was
Act
a
of
lot less
1930.
people. It was
There's
a lot
also
less people.
Operation WB in the 1940s. There were the Palmer raids against Italian Americans in the 1920s. Mass deportations are very much.
But
a thing in the
it wasn't as much. It was
How do you know that for sure? How many people were
because
deported?
I mean,
in Mexican
how many
repatriation?
people were in the Mexican appreciation? I don't know. I mean,
So how many people would you like to see deported and from
probably
obviously you want
Probably-
all the Somalis deported.
probably yes, all the Somalians,
Even if they're
Probably-
American.
even if they're citizens. Yes, I would probably say about 20 million, realistically, 20 to 30 million.
So if
There's only 11
20 to
million
30 million.
undocumented immigrants in the United
I
States.
know.
You're
I
advocating
think we
for-
need to I think we need to denaturalize some people.
And how do you do that
I think
without
that-
impeding
yeah, okay,
upon
so-
people's civil rights?
Past like 10 to 20 years, I'd say that could be our framework. Have you committed a crime? Are you net positive or net negative on the taxpayer system? Have you acclimated to American society? And I think we can do that.
How
I
is
think
that
we
in
can have
any
that
sense
system.
an ethical policy? How is that not going to be exploited?
Wouldn't that
you're gonna have
also
some-
apply to every white person?
I mean,
If
that's
a
why
white
people have
person
been here.
commits a crime, should they be denaturalized and sent back to Germany or England?
I mean, I think on average, should a white person be deported if they committed a crime?
Well, yes, that's the
Yeah,
question.
should they be same
I mean, no,
standard?
They should
You're
go to
holding
jail
the
'cause,
standard
I mean,
towards
their family's been here long.
So
Their
why are you
family's been here.
attaching a
you're-
different sense of judgment towards people based off of their race?
It's not like just, I mean, if someone from Sweden committed a crime within the past 5-10 years, they would have to go back as well.
What if I gathered up 5 women and said that you raped all 5 of them, and then you need to be denaturalized and sent to another country? How do you respond to that in a legal and ethical sense without having your civil rights impeded?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
I'm not
Well,
saying
of
that
course
you
you
wouldn't.
wouldn't,
I'm not saying that you would do that. I'm saying that what if I use the legal system in order to denaturalize you, take you out of the country, and then seize your property and your business if you had one?
That's a very extreme hypothetical.
That is
I don't think that happened.
exactly what
but
happens
yeah.
when you deal with mass deportations. What do you think happened during Japanese internment? What do you think happened to all those Japanese businesses?
I don't think Japanese. I mean, it's always easier to reflect, after the thing has happened.
These people were given 24 to 48 hours notice, and then they had their business and property seized. Okay,
Yeah,
it was wrong in the moment, and we knew it was wrong in the moment.
Yeah. So wait, where are you arguing?
I'm arguing, how do you have a system like that in place that isn't going to be exploited? What if I just gather enough people?
Well, it
to
might
say
be
that you're
exploited, but
guilty of a crime?
it might be exploited, but it just kind of has to happen.
Why does it
I mean,
have to
no
happen?
one-
Again, you're advocating for a legal system that would void your rights simply based off of what?
It just kind of needs to happen. I mean, that's
Why?
like,
Why does this need to
extreme-
happen?
because America is being replaced, Canada is being replaced, England's
How
being
is
replaced.
America
Let me ask you this
replaced?
question.
You're having a different sense of judgment based off of people's race, which is already unethical. And then you're claiming this has to happen, but you haven't provided a substantial reason as to why. There's no historical precedent for mass deportation actually helping the people of America in general. It
Yeah,
makes-
because we've never had 50 million immigrants in the country. I mean, we live in such a time that's different from all
I mean,
other
you
countries.
are a
is
European
immigrants. What you're
American,
saying
aren't
is
you European?
That because it was white immigrants, it's okay. But if it's black or brown or somebody that's
Black
not
people,
a
I'm not
Christian,
deporting black people. Black people have been in America for, I'm pretty sure longer
Under the
than my
system that you
family.
propose,
But what
that would
about
also make
you?
Africans
You're
vulnerable to being
European
denaturalized and
American.
deported.
You're from
No, it
Europe,
wouldn't, because black
right?
people are essential. Black
on.
people have been in America. That's different. West Africans have been in America since
That's a tape, right?
I thought it was somebody talking.
No, I
I'm
think
going
that's
in.
the audio.
Vibes. I've lost my mind.
You be arguing with people that are recording on. You be arguing with everyone.
Oh my god, I can't.
Hold on.
Vibes, I've lost it. I literally thought it was somebody on here. I was gonna go
Oh,
crazy.
no,
Okay, go ahead. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So again, this is a debate. This is three different people, right? This is a moderator and a white nationalist versus a I don't know who this guy is.
Is this
bringing
a
up.
recording now, or
Yeah,
is
this is
this
a
a
recording.
person talking?
This
Yeah.
is a recording. This is a recording. I forget who the guy is that is debating the nationalists, but he's making all the good historical points of view about deportation. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna just go back a little bit, but don't argue with the recording on.
The system that
Play the one where
to
he
make
talks about
Africans
Somalis.
vulnerable
You
to
said
being
you were gonna play
denaturalized and
one.
deported.
No, it wouldn't, because black people are essential. Black people have been in America. That's different. West Africans have been in America since America.
Are you
founding.
sure that a legal system won't be disproportionately negative towards people who are of African descent? Again,
I mean, the Germans were very
did
tribal.
mass
pagans.
deportations work? I need you to provide at least one historical precedent for that actually.
One is because it's never had to happen. We've
has
never had to
happened.
do this.
Let me give
so
you
it's
let me
never
give you
had
a
to happen,
perfect
but it does
historical.
now?
Let me give you a perfect
When have
historical
we ever
example of that.
deported? When have we deported 20 million people?
It's estimated between 300,000 to 2 million Mexicans and Mexican Americans were deported from the United States, often without cause, from 1929 to 1939. And would you say that was a negative or positive for the United States?
I'd say it's a positive.
Okay, then why is it that the United States needed those laborers again, so they instituted the Bracero program only a few years after that?
I'm not familiar with the Bracero program.
That's exactly what I'm speaking on, because if you don't have any historical
I don't have a
precedent-
problem with Mexicans. I really don't. Good
I
food.
didn't
They have
say that.
family
I didn't
values.
say that. But you said that you need to have mass deportation, but you've got zero historical precedents for this. And you argue
We've never had this many people in the country.
But as a proportion of the population,
when have you needed
as a
Indians
proportion
to
of the
work American
population-
jobs? When have you needed Somalians in Minnesota? I mean,
Somalis,
the
but
list
remember,
goes on.
As a proportion to the United States population, 2 million Mexican and Mexican Americans in 1929 to 1939. So that is a fairly, adaptable model to see what happens when we remove that many people from the country. And there are multiple other instances. The Indian Removal Act. Would you support the Indian Removal Act in retrospect?
I don't know. It's a tough question. Indian reservations, I don't know if you ever drove through them, but they're kind of rough areas.
Why is
I
that?
think
Because
also-
The United States government has been robbing them since the United States was formed.
But they didn't
This
kill
was-
anything. What did we
their
rob
country.
them of?
No, that's
land?
completely false.
Their
That is
land, their
completely false.
lives, their childhood, their women. Read the book "Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee."
Do you know why they passed the Indian Removal Act?
No, I do not.
It's
Andrew,
because
can you inform me?
it's because they wanted access to Native American gold mines. Okay, they wanted access to Native American businesses. Mind you, that the people that they were removing were assimilating into American culture. They were doing everything that you're asking them to do. They were assimilating into American culture. They were running businesses. Instead of fighting this outright, aside from the Seminoles in Florida, most of the people who were subject to being deported or moved to Oklahoma and the Trail of Tears tried to fight the Indian Removal Act in the Supreme Court, in which President Andrew Jackson just ignored the Supreme Court's ruling. So again, you have another example of mass deportation being a net negative on the people of America and the economy as well.
You look at an area, I mean, if you look at I drove through Indian reservations because there is Indian reservations. in
Yeah,
North
okay.
Dakota,
If you're
and
going to
there's a
talk about the
staunch-
conditions of Native American reservations today, that is because of the Indian Removal Act. You're blaming
Yeah, and we
people
could've-
for being exploited, and you're saying, well, this is this place.
I
is
don't know.
rough.
It's a
Yeah, why
lot
did you
easier
do
to
this?
talk on things in retrospect. I mean, at the time, they thought that was probably the best thing to do.
No, it was highly controversial at the time. That's why the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Native American tribes.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm talking about today. I'm not talking. I can't speak.
Again, what's the meaning of this recording? Again, that was a debate between a white. That guy was really young too. It said white nationalist on it. I don't know that guy's information, but he sounded like a lot of the FBAs that I'd be hearing on here talking about why deportation is needed. And I think that they're going with the narrative of mass deportations and that we need this kind of immigration to be bolstered and not following the money and knowing how we're spending 170 billion on this one agency that makes up third ranked in the world spending military. So we goes USA, Canada, then ICE as an agency, then Russia. So again, you guys got to understand where this money. Why are they siphon? This is how they take money away from affordable housing, health care. They do it through these programs. So if they're creating programs, they're really they're taking profits from these deals. So when we're talking about detention centers, instead of deporting, they're literally going to keep a lot of these able working bodies in these plantations, in these private prisons, and having them work there for pennies of the dollar, if not for nothing.
Yeah.
So we need a new working class. We can't pay these Mexicans. We can't pay these immigrants anymore because they're living too large here in America. They got we got the Somalis that are catching up. That are living lavishly. That have their own representatives. They got to just put a stop to it. So, but welcome up, Sister Smart. We lost our last page over there. I've
Lost
got
what page?
no, not a page. Sorry, I lost my last recording. We had just a recording. I tried to switch phones, but it didn't work. I pressed the wrong button. Instead of switching, I ended it on accident. So, but let me see. I'm trying to get this face thing here so our people can still come in. Oh, let me get this smiley face working here. But Sister Smart, how you been? You been good? You've been good.
I've been good. I've been good. Didn't your friend tell you had butt dialed me one day in the car? Y'all was out somewhere eating something.
Oh, no way.
And it kept calling me, and he finally, and then I called it back, and he answered the phone, and he said you were inside getting some food or something. I don't know.
My God.
I thought he
Oh,
told
hold
you.
on. Someone's at my door. You take care of this, Smart. I'll be right back. Someone's
Okay.
at my door for this.
Hi, everybody. You can come off mute.
How are you, Smart?
I am wonderful. And yourself?
Me too. I'm good.
Good. Don't let that recording upset you. Them fucking Neanderthals. Who is next to me? You can come off mute. What's your name?
I think it's Rojo.
Is it
211.
okay? And
Yeah, he's been
Board?
really smart in the comments.
Oh, okay. And who is up above me? Somebody named, is it Board? I can't see.
Ron.
Is it? Okay.
I've been on mute for like a good minute though, but I've been listening a little bit though. But yeah,
Okay.
what's good vibes though? Hey Smart.
How you doing?
Everybody else on the panel, how y'all doing?
I'm good.
I'm
He
good.
went to go answer the door, so that's why I'm saying. So what did y'all think about what you heard?
About
That nationalist guy, they so fucking dumb. But yeah.
What's that? Damn, I can't talk. What's that about?
The guy that was just talking, it was people debating about mass deportation and all this bullshit. I'm just to the point. I'm tired of it. Let white folks go and keep doing what they doing. Let them keep it up and see what's gonna happen. All these nationalists, these Christian nationalists, I know ain't read nothing in the Bible, because then they would know what they
they're not even
got
real
coming.
Christians.
No, they're not.
They're fake
Not at all.
And that's another thing too. Why, like, I'm like kind of weird about Christianity. Like, I still believe in God, though. Like to my best, like and do the best to my abilities, like each and every day I live. But it's just something about like the Holy Bible, though, that I just feel like they only held this to us for us, like back then, like they kind of enslaved us to this mindset in order to be afraid to fight back when we were supposed to. But
Well, you
like
know they had
but
a slave Bible, right? That wasn't the same Bible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
but at the same time though, it's just like if they created these type of Bibles and they have similar stories though, it's just like I don't want to believe in that story though, but I do believe God is real and I do follow the Ten Commandments the best I can, day by
Same.
day.
Well, I believe
And
God
like,
is
but
real.
yeah,
Well,
so
the whole thing is ain't nothing new about them. You know, if you really want to see the real Bible, look up the Ethiopian Bible.
yeah,
That's
that's
real
what everybody's been telling me.
Christianity.
Yes.
You know, and they, of course, they take everything we do and twist it and turn it
Yep,
around and give it back to
yep,
That's
you
why I don't
fucked
believe
up.
and
anything they say. I don't believe
exactly.
anything that comes out of their mouths. I
You
And that's
don't.
don't.
exactly why I still believe in
Because
God,
they're
though. I just don't
liars.
believe it in their
Right.
interpretation, though, because I never heard no Africans be saying this shit, though. They have a different Bible,
No.
though.
By the
So
way,
it's just like,
okay, I was
Or,
gonna I already said this to Vibes, he knows. I live in Minnesota, right? I'm
mhm,
Somali and Eritrean. The FBI was raiding all the daycare centers yesterday, and they came to the Caramel Mall, which is the Somali mall in Minneapolis. And they didn't shut the malls down, but they were just walking through there, like intimidating people. Like it was just so weird.
that's
Like
crazy.
ICE, everybody get your passports out. Like it was the whole thing was like these people
somebody
really
need to
think they're
bust a cap
something
in a few of
special.
their asses, and that'll stop that. That's all you got to do. Cause see, white
Yes,
people folks
T.
are
At the
always
Leering Centers.
they're
Yes.
always willing to unalive, but they don't want to be unalive. So, you
Mm.
bust a cap in a few asses, they'll leave you alone. And then
For
too,
now,
as a people, we gotta look at some of our most revolutionary leaders were Christian ministers. So that's why I tell everybody don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Nat Turner was a minister. Gabriel Prosser was a minister. Mark Veazey was a minister, and they unalived them some white folks and whooped some asses. So you cannot throw everybody under the bus of Christianity because some of our most revolutionary were. You know what I'm saying? So that's
yeah,
why you have to really go study and look up African spirituality and understand we are spiritual people. You can't, and that's how many times we gonna argue these same points. I'm kind of like what Malcolm said. All that shit you leave outside the door, and when we come in the room to talk about liberation, we can talk about who gay, who straight, who Christian, who Muslim, who got a weave, who got natural hair, who you know what I'm saying? All
hmm
them same arguments back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. How long we gonna have them? Put them to the side and say, okay, bump that. Whatever you are, do you get a weave? I don't give a damn. We gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And
yep,
that's what's most important. Like Malcolm said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Right? Because those are the arguments. See, I'm so way older than y'all. And that's the thing. We've been having all these same damn fucking arguments for decades now. It's time to move past those and let's go to something new.
yeah.
How long we gonna talk about? Oh, you got a busted ass weave. Well, the way I look at it is what's up under your hair that's most important. I know motherfuckers with locks down to their ankles, and they about as white as you can get. You know what I mean? In their mentality. So just having natural long hair don't make you conscious. Just like getting a relaxer don't mean that you ain't conscious. You know what I'm saying? We fight over the dumbest shit rather than getting to
You
the
know what's
point.
crazy? Smart. This is a conversation that I've had with so many different black people, right? And I've always said black people can have all hair types,
Yeah.
straight, wavy, curly, afro. There's an
Mhm.
Indian girl on TikTok. Both of our parents are Indian. They look straight up Indian. They're from India.
Uh-huh.
She has afro hair.
I believe
And
it.
she talks about how to maintain her hair and how she uses black products made
Products.
for
Mm-hmm.
women of color,
Right.
right? And she says, but look, both of my parents are Indian. And the comments were crazy.
I
Oh, your
believe
mother lied. Oh, your mother slept with a black man. Or,
it.
all of
No,
this
they
crazy
just
stuff,
ignorant.
which is not true. And then in the comments, but also in the comments, you have Indian men who are saying, "Oh, I have 4C hair, and I'm Indian.
Uh-huh.
I'm not mixed. Both of
Wait,
my
are we
parents are
talk?
Indian."
Are we
Right.
talking about
So it's not
Punjabi Indian, or are we
hair
talking about Native
texture is
American?
for everyone. Like
You talking
everybody
about
can have
East
different
Indians.
hair
You talking
types.
about them. Yeah, from India, India.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hmm. Yeah, of course they do. Everybody. You got white folks
Hmm.
got nappy hair. You know, look at some
Yes, the
Greeks.
ginger
Some of
ones
them,
and the Welsh.
they hair nappy as fuck. You know, and
Totally.
so you can't go by that. It's
What's
dumb.
that guy? The singer. What is it? It's not unusual to be by
Oh, you
anyone.
talking about
Oh,
Tom Jones?
was it Tom Jones?
His hair was definitely 4C or
Hmm.
4B
And he
or
was from
something,
Wales.
and he was from Wales.
Hmm. So it is jump backs everywhere you go, all over the planet. So that's not that doesn't mean anything. Because like I said, your hair, you can have an afro big as Angela Davis. Hell, look at Angela Davis. She's a lesbian with a white tea wife. The icon, the sister that everybody wanted their afro to be that big.
I don't even know
Now look,
Angela Davis.
yeah. So having
I don't know what she
4C
looks like.
hair, huh?
I
Go
don't
look up,
remember like who that is. I know the
Google
name, but
Angela
I can't put a
Davis.
face on it. Okay, I'll
Yeah, the
Google it.
sister, the iconic sister with the great big old afro from back in the day with a gap in her teeth. You can go look her, Google her and see. And she was power to the people, did everything, and then now she got a white tea woman. So what does that mean? That's what I'm just saying. We keep arguing over dumb shit that doesn't mean anything. Your hair texture, your skin tone, none of that has nothing to do with your mind and your consciousness level. It just doesn't, you know. So that's why we gotta learn. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Um, somebody new on the panel? Did somebody just come up or somebody just drop? Oh, I think the sister just left. Okay. Oh, Vibes, you back? No, I guess not. So, yeah, brother, you know, what else was you saying?
But what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying actually though. I was just listening to y'all stuff track, but nah, yeah. Sometimes yeah, that hair and stuff don't matter though.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Because the very one you think so conscious is the very one that'll sell your ass for $2.
Yeah, because I was about to
And
say I have
ain't
a white friend right now. His name is Connor, and like he's full white, and he has curly hair though, natural. He used to get like tapers and all that shit though, just like black people though. But he started tapping hair, kind of to the higher fades and shit. So, but yeah,
How you guys doing? Oh,
oh good. How are
you
you?
can request up. I'm good. I'm good. You can request up. Let me see where is she request up. I'm going to. All right. Yeah. So what's the topic? Everybody has addressed the prompt yet?
No, we kind of was just talking in general. Because I
Oh,
can't
okay.
even see the entire prompt. What is it? FBA, what is it? I can't see it. The comments
Yeah,
are in front and I can't see.
it's about FBA working together with ICE.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's par for the course. You know, whatever. They gonna do it. They're self-hating ass people. So let them go ahead and see. And then when ICE turn around and deport their ass, then they need to sit down. Because this gonna happen. What you reap, what you sow, honey.
Yeah,
So all
it's
of them
called
that
what. So what goes around comes around, right? This Earth is 360. So it goes and come back and hit you back.
that's right. You can't keep putting out dirt. Whatever energy you put out in the world is what you get back. So that's not even karma. That's just you putting out negative energy gonna come back to you.
Right.
All for
Same
all
thing
these
with
Christian.
same thing with lies. Lies doesn't fade away. You can lie
No.
as much as you can, but eventually it's gonna catch up with you.
Mhm. The power of truth is eternal. Now that's a quote
Yep.
from the Move, the group that they firebombed. So yeah, I mean, the truth is the truth,
Because
regardless.
it's fine. It's funny. I don't know if you guys followed what's his name, the dude, the King, the Charlie King guy. He literally told Trump that Trump is not even American. He literally told him he's Germany. He said if it
Oh
wasn't if it wasn't for UK, to fight for Germany, Trump would have been speaking his Germany language,
yeah.
right? So and that goes to tell you that you know Trump it's either he doesn't know what he's doing or he doesn't know history at all.
Well, of course he doesn't. You already know he doesn't. And I'm tired of everybody talking about goddamn Trump as if he is by himself. All them motherfuckers is racist. All of them. Democrats, Republicans, all of them. Would we stop? All this shit didn't start with Trump, and it ain't gonna end with him either. You know,
Right.
I'm
No,
sick
no,
of
no, no.
that
But
whole
here's the thing.
conversation.
Here's the thing, though. Like there's some people that are racist, but they being smart about it, and Trump is being dumb about it. Right. That's
But
the difference.
he's doing what he's told to do. And everybody
Right.
around him, all the motherfuckers put him in place, all the ones keep him in place. Why do we continuously worry about him when it's the people around him and the people that put him in power is the reason? Ain't nobody giving nobody else no goddamn smoke, and they should. He's just a dumbass representative of the bullshit they want to put out there. You know,
So
all
are you
these
saying
people,
so are you saying that people did not vote for him? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, they voted for him.
Then how did somebody put him, into that position if it
Because the
wasn't based
way the
on
United States
votes?
works, sir, is you have a thing called the Electoral College. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but she didn't become the president because of the Electoral College. You have to look, that's the safe the net they put in place. So in case the powers that be don't get what they want, they can still control who can be president.
Right.
Look it
So
up.
you think that what we did was just waste of time to going out on the ballots and
I
cast our
am
votes?
getting to that point in terms of all the political work I've done, and I've done it. I've worked from everywhere from helping to elect the first black mayor of St. Louis, Missouri, all the way to Obama. I went to church
Right.
with Obama. I worked on his. Drank the Kool-Aid too. But it's understanding when you really truly start understanding how the system works. This is a
Shout out to
fucking
Obama.
sham. Well, how long black people been voting and trying to vote and fighting to vote and hoping they can vote? And look at the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Look, they just gutted it today with the Supreme Court. So what else you gonna vote for?
Yeah, that's why I don't vote. Voting so here's the thing. It's about it's all about money, right? So these things, the people's vote, they actually put them out for sale. It
That's
doesn't matter
it. You
what
buy
you vote.
politicians. We
Right.
the
As
only
long
ones
as
really believe this shit.
they're up for sale. They're not up for what. See, here's the thing though. Like we think that we vote, right? And then we think that the reason why we are voting is we want these the person who's getting in power to actually work for us based on their agenda and their
And they're not
whatever that
gonna
they're
do
trying to
it.
sell. Right. So they're not really working for us. They are working for the elites, the people that actually put money into them in order for them to be
Right.
into that position. So the poor people, like you didn't put this guy into this position, so forget it. Like, don't think that he's gonna work for you. He's going to work for his bosses, the people that actually put money, for him to be where he's at. He don't care about you. You
Well,
can
some of these
go,
poor
right?
white T folks gonna figure it out because they already
Right.
turning on him, but they kind of
So
seeing it for what it is. That you don't give a damn about them.
yeah, so and they work for their political parties, not for the people. The
Of
people is
course,
is you.
that's
And
just
then
how
we the
America
people,
works.
And we the people is a scam. There's not such thing as we the people. Okay, that thing is a scam. It's them versus again we the people.
The only little bit of a semblance of having some help is on a local level. But even then, you still succumb to who got the money to pay for what they want. Straight up. And black people got to start understanding you are not going to
You
get your liberation by voting.
see the funny part about it is you can be a president as long as you have the money. That's the funny part about it.
Well,
It
it's
doesn't
not
take
you,
like
it's the money that gets
it's
behind you. It's not you
right. It's not
personally having no
about
money. It's the money that gets behind you and supports
right. It's not about your qualifications or what you know or you went to school, which school you went to, or who you know or who you don't know. It's about whoever is willing to what we are going to push this guy to be our candidate because he's going to actually push the agendas that we have. So mainly these rich people. Right. So it's like, oh, okay, he's dumb, but he never went. Well, we'll convince people. We run all these medias and all that stuff. We'll see what we can do. So they prepare this guy, and then you just put him out there, and then boom, you have Donald Trump.
Yeah, you ain't saying shit we ain't already knew, man. I been knew the political party was bullshit.
I couldn't hear you. Speak up.
Who me?
Sir, you can go ahead. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, he
I'm
was
talking to you.
speaking. We got somebody. Wait a second. We got somebody new on the panel here. I'm going to introduce him, Mr. Elite Mind. Go ahead and introduce
Yeah,
yourself and address the prompt, please.
yeah, I appreciate that, guys. My name is Mr. Elite Mons. I mean, I know Vibes, so I've been on his panel before. But yeah, as far as like what y'all were talking about, I guess you are right about the whole popular vote. Like the elections are usually decided by the Electoral College, right? And the reason for it is because they don't want centers like New York and Los Angeles and Chicago to decide the election. So then they add something called like swing states. So those swing states and their electorals are the ones that generally will decide the election. That's why they focus on places like Detroit and Pennsylvania and Florida. So that's the main reason. But yeah, I agree with you guys. That's why the whole push for adding a third party to the United States political system is not something that a lot of people want to introduce. But as far as the whole FBA thing and the ICE, well, I think for me, I try to separate the FBA identity or the lineage that people have, and I respect that. I'm okay with people having their own identity. I don't even need people to claim being African. I think that's fine. Like if you FBA, you feel like you're Black American, you're connected to this land, that's cool. I just got an issue, I think, with the people that are fully supporting MAGA and having this anti-immigrant sentiment. And sometimes the anti-immigrant sentiment is more towards us as Africans, strangely enough. And I think what they should do is just focus on how they can benefit their own community and just let the government, let Homeland Security and ICE do what they gotta do. I don't think it's like it's an issue for the average FBA MAGA type to focus too much on.
Yes, it is. A lot of them, yes, they do. And they
No,
all
no,
over the place.
no, no.
You
What I'm
got the
what,
ones that think
yeah,
they think that they're indigenous. You got the FBAs that don't think they're African. Which how the fuck you can have a lineage that ain't
yeah.
African? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I
But
understand. I understand your point 100%. I think what I'm trying to say is that I think they should focus on what they need to do to get their community right. So, for example, if they want an FBA housing complex or a capital fund that only funds their initiatives, that's fine. But I don't think they need to worry about less than 3 million Africans. If you look at the overall immigrant population in this country, as Africans, we only make like up like 4.1%. So we're like less than 5% of the overall immigrant population. So like we're just and then there's this idea that we're taking over. It's like it's impossible for us to take over. We don't have enough numbers, and we're generally dispersed or isolated in specific cities. So the fact is that most Black Americans, or FBAs, for example, I don't want to say Black Americans because we have no problem with Black Americans, but the FBA MAGA types, they wouldn't even run into an African. Most of them don't run into Africans day to day. They're
I
actually
know
pretty
they don't.
yeah, they're pretty isolated from them. So I
But
feel like this is
my point is, who are they to sit up here and say who they are when you are of African descent? How the fuck? Where's your lineage coming from?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the stupid shit that I'm talking about. Where if
yeah.
you want to say you're a lineage, but a lineage from what? From who? You
Mm-hmm.
didn't jump out the soil over here.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's the point. You can't, we're delineating from what? It's dumb. It's stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, I just think that
Go ahead.
I just think that the guy that they are actually, their leader, I think is a very, not very smart guy, because I've seen him promoting one of his events, and he's, calling FBS to go to his events, and I'm like, bro, you are creating all this hate, and then you want to gather people in one room. You see, as a promoter, I used to be a promoter. You can't do that. You can't you can't be, your event can't be around, created around hate. Then you want to invite people. Like,
Well,
do
ain't
you know who
nobody
these people
going. His
you're
last
inviting?
event didn't even pan out that he had in
You,
Houston. He didn't
Yeah,
make no money.
his name is Tariq Nasheed, and I think like he discredits himself, or he contradicts himself simply because going to Africa and saying you're disconnected, and going to Egypt or Ethiopia and Senegal, doing these things just contradicts your view, right? If you're traveling, you should maybe
Right. I don't
travel
know
to.
what he went to Senegal for.
Yeah, that was very strange. So I
That
think
was,
to tell the brother below me, let me just read your name, Cookie, I guess. Yeah, Cookie. Yeah, he's a grifter. He's what they call a
of
grifter.
course.
Yeah, he's a grifter. So people like
And
that
Vibes
exist.
just sent me the video, the audio, because me and Tariq went at it. I busted his ass out and said, well, since you always talk about tethers, then why are you tethering an Arabic fucking name?
Yeah, that's a
And
very
all
good
he
point.
did was go off on me. And I said, why are you tethering an Arabic name, Marcus?
Mm-hmm.
Because, his real name is Marcus Sanders.
Yeah,
So, and when I called him, he called me everything but a child of God. And I was laughing at his ass. And I said,
yeah,
you still not answering my question. And he never did.
I got a question. What is a grifter?
A
uh,
person that sells shit and make money off of you, like your president is a grifter.
Mm.
yeah,
What is he selling? Them gold ass tennis shoes. He's selling bitcoins. He's selling, anybody that's got a hustle that's getting over on you and making money.
yeah. Ron, by the way, the old name for grifting used to be snake oil salesman. So then it changed
Snake
over.
oil
Yeah, then it
salesman.
changed. So he's a grifter. Like even if not to shift too much away from the topic, there's a lot of men that are online with the red pill movement, but then they're married or in relationships with women that have children, or so they don't live up to what they're saying. So they're grifters. They're moving away from the ideology they're pushing, but it doesn't match up with their lifestyle. So it's the same thing politically and with Tariq Nasheed. They're all the same. They're just grifters.
Just getting over. Anybody running game. Well, you know what that is, running game. But game recognized game.
That's a very good
Type
point, by the
shit.
way. The point that you brought up was very brilliant. Why are you grifting and cosplaying an Arab name? Tariq and Nasheed are Arab
Yeah.
names. You're right.
So it's
Yeah.
so it's basically like the propaganda. I mean, the cousin of propaganda, then, basically.
Well, they're two different things. Propaganda is just a way of you running a narrative through all different kind of ways. It's all different types of propaganda, but you have a main narrative or a thought or a issue that you want to do. Just like even advertising to a degree is propaganda. When you think about back in the day with cigarettes, that's how a lot of propaganda and advertising got started, because they wanted people to smoke cigarettes. So guess what happened? You saw cigarettes in commercials. You saw people smoking cigarettes in movies. They made it where it was cool to smoke.
I
right?
mean, but yeah,
Until
but
finally they saw that the damn cancer sticks was unaliving you. So then think about it. They took it where you couldn't do advertising anymore. You couldn't see commercials anymore. You couldn't have it in TV shows or movies anymore. That's how that works,
mm,
right? And then they tried to make it so cool to make kids smoke. You know what I mean? There was a push for that because they knew if they got you young, if you started smoking at 12, 13, they got you for the rest of your life. So that's a lifelong customer,
You know,
right?
one thing I want to bring up real quick, Miss Smart. I just thought about this because I was just seeing it the other day. The whole MAGA group, right? Like the MAGA voting base, it's actually getting fractured. They're splitting up, right? A lot of the heads are people who supported them are now
Mm-hmm.
delineating themselves away from Trump. What I found interesting was with some of the more radical people on these platforms like FBA Red and Not Black African. There's a few accounts anyway. They still support Trump to do what he has to do to get all these immigrants out of here. But what's
Mm-hmm.
interesting is that they ignore all the violations and all the things that Trump has taken away from their very own community. It's like they just
Right.
ignore it. It's like 400,000 black women were laid off federal jobs. A lot of these HBCUs funding has been cut. All these things, and it's like, how do you ignore all of
They
that with
don't
just
care. Do you
yeah?
really think they care about the black community? No, they do not.
no,
That's why they're
hell no.
delineating. They're individuals and they thinking about their own hide and their own skin. And the only reason Tucker Carlson and all these folks are getting away from Trump, see, white tea people use you until they don't. Okay, they use their tools until they don't, and then they get rid of them. So basically, Trump has done everything they wanted him to do, follow the narrative or whatever. So now the midterms are coming, and they know their asses may be handed to them. Now, if we delineate from the Trumpsters and, put him out to pasture and, try to be the kinder, gentler Republicans, or what, maybe we can still salvage some of the seats that we have. See, white tea folks are very predictable. They do the same shit over and over and over and over. That's what they do.
But the problem is the niggas keep on falling for it.
Well, that's our problem. That's something we got to deal with. But everybody, dumbass, poor ass white folks fall for it. All kind of. If you're on that trajectory, that's just how your brain works. But now, like I said, all the Tucker Carlsons and Megyn Kellys and all of them are gonna turn because now they trying to salvage their own ass and then trying to salvage as many seats during the midterms that they can. That's
Yeah,
all.
facts. I'm back. Thank you, guys. Thank you for holding it down. I got busy. Yeah, and then I got a little crazy. Thank you, Sister Smart. You've been holding it down. Awesome. And Cookie's here. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
my man
and
Vibes,
just
bro.
to add
Hey,
to that, what's up, Ron?
I meant to say hi to you, cuz I was on mute, man. My bad.
Oh, no worries, Ron. Good to see you.
You have to keep holding your hand, and do they want you to show your
Yeah,
face?
I gotta show a body part because they want me to put my face on there, but I'm not gonna get doxxed.
Right.
So I gotta keep my identity secret. No, but I wanted to say, yeah, the poorer white tea people are gonna suffer the most, and it's gonna have ramifications where they're gonna be like the white tea woman against the conservative white man. It's gonna take it to, and again, like they suffered under Medicaid, they suffered under a lot of things that were taken from them, so they don't care about their poor white tea people. So why would they care about the most black person that has allegiance to them, whether their party or their rhetoric, or their anti-immigration sentiments? All these people that you see online, they're all trying to be Tariq Nasheed. They're all trying to be the next Tariq Nasheed. They're all trying to they all use the same lingo, the same script. They're all trying to be comedians in the minstrel show that they have. And they all also want to make their own careers out of this,
Right.
So, but they're doing it out of hate. They're doing it out of, white nationalist talking points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why they
And
gonna fall too.
hmm and they're supporting this current administration. You
Mm-hmm.
might have not voted for the man, but now you can't stop praising him for what he's doing and what policies he's passing, what executive orders he's doing. They're saying it's for the black community, it's for the best for the black community. So
No,
these
it
are the
ain't.
bootlicking house Negroes that I'm talking about. These are the
Mm-hmm.
people that will do anything to so their allegiance, their racism masked as patriotism. You know what I mean?
Vibes, real
And
quick,
I
bro.
heard somebody
Yeah. Go ahead,
say
sorry.
that picture of Trump being Jesus. Remember, y'all remember seeing that? They're like, now you all y'all Christian nationalists treated him like he was Jesus, but then when you see the picture of him standing over there, that he's a Jesus like,
Oh.
then everybody lost their shit. Well, why? That y'all was treating him like he was Jesus.
Oh, Sister
So,
Smart, I've had FBA say that he's sent by God.
oh
Same with
yeah,
Tyreek. These people are delusional because
I
they
believe
they
that.
put these people as they worship these people at the end of the
Mhm.
day. So it
So what
is
did you get
it
mad
is.
when he made himself be Jesus then? What you get mad for?
Vibes, I asked a question on one of these panels.
Yeah, I hear you.
I asked a question on one of these panels, and I was asking them, I was saying, so the FBA guys in particular, I said, what's your like number one goal? Like, and he mentioned, of course, like reparations and getting all these immigrants out of here and removing the 14th Amendment, so birthright citizenship, all this stuff. And I said, okay. And I said, what's your take on the money that's being spent right now in the Middle East with the Iran? Do you think that money could be better used in a fund to maybe support your reparations instead? And the funny thing about it is, if you look at most of the radical, even right wing, most of them are against this war with Iran. So I just found it interesting. It's like the most radical right wing of the base is against what Trump is doing in Iran, and yet you as a FBA radical, right? And we're not talking about Black Americans. We're talking about specific FBA accounts. You're for everything this guy does, and you're even against your own interest. I simply asked, why don't you take this money and you use it to benefit yourself? Like, why don't you want that for yourself? And he responded that we support whatever Trump's doing. He's getting you immigrants out of here. He's putting America first. We want a regime change in that region. How does a regime change in that region help you get what you want?
Nothing. And then what's a win? I do a conservative Christian radio talk show, believe it or not, with a friend of mine on Wednesdays. And I said, well, okay, y'all all up in Iran. What is a win? What would you define as a win against Iran? What would that entail? And the motherfuckers can't tell you. What's a win? You keep talking about, oh, well, we're kicking their ass. Where? How are you measuring that?
So,
how are you winning?
Vibes. I have a question, bro, and I
Yeah,
want you.
Rojo.
I want you to
want me
answer
to
this
show my
question.
face? You want me to show my face, Rojo?
Yeah,
Is that what you want to turn me into all the FBAs? You're gonna be like, I got him. I got vibes finally.
Because listen, this is what I noticed, right? Now you guys talk all this junk about FBA, right?
And you sit here and you listen.
Hold on. One thing I gotta get them FBA people, right? They not scared to show their faces. They believe in what they believe, right? Why is it that the
FBA don't show his face? FBA Red don't show his face.
So what do Tariq look like?
Well,
what does Halo look like?
He's been known, Rojo. He's been known.
What does Halo look like? What does Dr. No Yard look like?
Man, we got so many people that are against him that show their face too. I'm just not going to do it because I got students. I got a job. I want a job I want to keep. And I haven't said you guys will interpret that. You'll say I'm anti-black. Rojo, you guys will say I'm anti-black, right? You'll call me an illegal, call ICE on me. That's what the fuck y'all do, okay? And I'm not even one of those, but I don't even want to tempt you to stain my name,
He talks the most junk, Cookie, and he's never on. He don't have a picture.
Halo is the most degenerate ass woman I've ever heard.
I've ever heard in my life.
So I don't know why.
All these
she don't
niggas
have
on
nothing
here
to
will
lose.
get you fired and will start some shit. And for what? I don't give a fuck. Now I'll
Yeah,
show
a smart
mine. I
don't
don't
give
give a fuck. But other than that, why would anybody do that? You putting all of your shit on the line for a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers on this app. For what?
Yeah,
So I
Rojo,
think it's hold
Rojo,
on.
my
I think
picture,
it's weird.
Rojo, real
Hold
quick though,
on.
brother. My
I
picture's
think
on
it's
my profile,
weird
bro.
for
You can take it if
anybody
you
to
need.
try to critique a man when you faceless. If you gonna
Yeah, Rojo, you could
critique a
take my picture back if you want. You could take a
bruh,
photo. My
if you gonna
picture's on my
critique a
profile.
man, at
They
least
want
show your
they want my
face.
picture, Mr.
Show
Well,
your
They
I
want
face if you
me.
gonna
wouldn't give
critique
a
a
fuck
man.
one way or the other. He
Yeah, I
talking
mean,
shit.
it's so funny, Rojo. My profile picture with the one right there, I superimposed my face on it, so you already had it from the beginning.
If you gonna critique a man, show your
Rojo,
face.
I just told you that's my picture of my face right there in that character. So shut your mouth already. You thought you came hard.
Who cares? This motherfucker
I
can't
put
even
my
use his
face right
real
there, but
name.
that's
So
all you
now
get,
what?
Rojo. Rojo's just over here as a sleeper agent.
But you know his real name though, right? It's not a secret.
Tariq
Everybody knew his
Nasheed is
real
not his
name.
He
real
ain't put it out
name.
there
All
himself.
right.
The
How
rest
come
He
he
of us
didn't?
did.
he tethered to Tariq Nasheed, an Arabic name.
Smart.
This is smart. I got you highlighted
Smart.
on that video.
Tariq has
Oh,
he's been on TV for damn near years. Everybody knew his name was Marcus. What is you talking about? He's been on
But
TV
since
for
when?
he
years.
said, he denied that. He said his name's not Marcus Sanders.
He
He
sure
said that.
did. I
The
just
dude,
busted his ass on that.
Man, she
And I'm
thought
out here in California with
she
his
could.
ass. I didn't watch him for years.
I know.
Ain't nothing new there.
so
And
how's
my
he
motherfucking
He's gonna
picture is
move
on
past
here.
this FBA
so
thing as
how's he
soon.
hiding then? How is he hiding?
No one said he was
And
hiding,
nobody said
Rojo.
he was
You
hiding,
telling me I'm
sir.
hiding?
I'm
You
gonna
said
do
he was
like he
hiding his
do.
You know
name?
he is hiding.
Why are
He is hiding.
you why are you riding that dick? For what?
Smart. See, let me have the floor real quick, okay? See, this is one thing I dislike about certain black women, right? You guys be the biggest proponents of gay people, right? But then you turn around.
Oh
Hold on.
my God! You
Hold
can't
on. But
Here
say
then
that
you
we
turn
word,
go.
around.
Rojo. You can't say that word. I'm sorry, bro.
What's
Just use
that?
it.
Yeah, you gotta say rainbow. You gotta say rainbow.
You
You can't
gotta
actually
say
say
it.
the
And
rainbow
I
people.
ain't
I
with
just needed
all of
an
that
excuse to drop
either.
his ass.
I don't diss anybody. Whatever your sexual preference, I could give less than a damn. That's you. But to be a proponent, no. Because our children don't need to see that shit.
Yeah, smart. He's
Do you believe the kids alone? That's my whole thing with trans folks and everybody. Do you all day long, but don't bring no children into it.
Yeah, smart. The problem is, I think Ro is confusing you for like ultra left wing Democrat type of women.
Far
So
from it.
Vi.
I'm
What
not a
did I
Democrat at
Vi?
all.
Vi, what did I say disrespectful to Smart for her to come at me like that? What
Rojo,
did I
you
say to
can't
her?
say the G
You
A
gotta
Okay,
say
C
rainbow.
no.
A Y
You
word.
gotta
I'm
say
saying,
rainbow.
what did I say disrespectful to her for her
You
to
did
address me like
not.
When
that?
when did I say you
I
did?
was disrespectful because I was like, why are
Smart.
you coming? Why are you caping for this dude? I don't know
Yeah,
how old you are,
Rojo,
honey. I've
you were
watched him from
304.
day one. Back when he was writing
Go
How to
ahead,
Be a
son.
Pimp books.
Boy.
Okay, so no, we gotta go to scholars. I'm tired
What's
of all these
he
pseudo
was what
ass,
on art?
grifting ass people tricking on our people instead of
Facts.
us going to our own scholars. That's where I have a problem. You can follow him
He's
to the ends of the earth for all the fuck I care
he still looks up
because
to
he's an
Sister T. He
agent.
still has. He's
So
still sister. He's still. Oh, am I
Vi,
muted? Hold on.
go
Sister, he
ahead.
still has Rojo. He still has in his museum, his hidden history museum. He still has Pan African icons. Booker T. Coleman on his wall there, whatever he calls a museum, which is literally a hookah
A
lounge.
club.
But he wants to make a bar. Yeah, but he can't get a permit for it, and he don't even own the building. But regardless of the fact, Rojo, he is a grifter. He's gonna jump on the next best thing. You
He
know, he
Cool.
always
couldn't make no
does.
money.
Vines,
He couldn't.
Vines, give me 60 seconds.
Rojo,
Give me 60
He was a
seconds.
Rojo. Hold
Pan-African
on. Let
at
me
one
land.
time.
Let me land my point
Go
though,
ahead.
Rojo.
Go ahead.
Once
Go
he
ahead.
gets done, once he sees there's no profit in this, once them fucking coins stop coming in through TikTok while he's doing his minstrel shows, he's gonna jump on. He's gonna jump ship or jump on the next thing. So I'm saying he's taking no accountability.
Oops, where did you go?
Is it just me or did everybody go quiet?
Yeah, it just went dead. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Vibes, you still there? You had the mic.
Unmute Vibes if you accidentally muted yourself.
Yeah, I guess when he does come back, that's fine. But Ro, if you get a chance, man, I'd like you to answer some of the questions I asked earlier, like about Trump taking away a lot of the rights and the from Black American, where men and women, a lot of the things that he stripped, and also even the focus with the Middle Eastern battle that's happening with Iran. Like, what's your take on those things? Like, a lot of the people in MAGA are moving away from it, so I find it strange that some FBAs, not all of you, are still in support of it, even though that money should be going towards you. Even if they gave you 500 billion or like 500 million, it's a start at least, right?
So first of all, let me say this real quick. I'm not FBA, right? And Vibes know this. What he and what he knows about me is this. I don't like talking about men when they're not here to defend themselves. Period. He knows that. So when you talk about a man when he's not here, I look at you weird. Vibes know that's how I
Sorry,
feel about
guys.
that
Sorry,
How
situation.
is he gonna be on
sorry.
everybody's fucking live to talk
Sorry,
about
guys.
him?
All right. What
He
did you say?
knows
What did
how we
Rojo say?
feel.
What did Rojo say?
Yeah, I was saying in general, Ro. I'm not identifying a specific man or anything. I'm just saying in general. The
And,
movement.
and did I hear him say we're talking about a man that is not here?
Yes.
Imagine a man defending him while he's not here. Imagine that one, Rojo.
First of all, I'm not defending him. I'm
With his lip
pointing out
gloss
what you're
wearing
doing.
ass.
Cool. Second of all, I mean the
Puff your
answer.
lip. Puff your lip. Have that.
Lip gloss, shiny lip motherfucker. You
Go
can go
ahead,
tell him
Rojo.
I
To,
said it. He
Go
called me
ahead.
Gladys. Ain't that what he called me,
cool.
Vibes?
He called he called my auntie Gladys. Hell, and now I gotta really come after him. Mark, now I really gotta make it. I'm gonna make some crazy videos of
It
him.
was hilarious to me.
He still didn't answer your question.
He never did, and he never will. Because that's the
And
newest grift. You know, I
he's
don't know. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rojo.
listen, none of this matter, man. You know, when you say you from Africa, right?
I'm from Cali, man.
No, dude. The dude below me.
Yeah, I'm African, my brother. Go
Hey,
ahead.
bro, let me tell you something.
Shout out to Africa.
Listen, you have people come on this panel and talk about YT all damn day. They don't care. They don't care about that, bruh. The people that they like it's crazy that I see all these people. They got something to say about YT, but most of them they sleep with YT. You know what I'm saying? They support people who sleep with YT. Look at Kamala. Look at all your
don't.
Look at Kamala Harris. Her spouse, YT. Don Lemon, spouse,
Small
YT.
hat.
All these people who's supposed to be
Look at all the Black
supposed
Americans
to be pro black, they
Look
with
at all the
YT people.
Look at all the Black Americans, Rojo, that do the same thing.
Who you think I'm talking about? Who you think I'm
But
talking
they're
about?
not pro-black, and they don't even claim being pro-black. So what is your point?
Pro-black to them means something completely different.
I'm saying the people that claim to be pro-black, they turn around and will support people like Kamala Harris, who has a YT husband.
Again, these are people that maybe believe she was black, Rojo, and they don't care about their who they marry, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some people that are pro-black, have
And they
that.
couldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. So you just have different perspectives, but we can't.
That's all.
We
but
can't
the
generalize
case,
all people.
right? Yeah, because there's a lot of black people. They don't even know what pro-black is, or they'll say there's no need to say that you're pro-black. There's no need for that, because if you are just working to improve the community and they don't even understand. They don't have a black consciousness level. So that's just it. You can't say, all of us can make blanket statements about everything. However, when we talk about Tariq, when we talk about that movement, we're looking at what are the fallacies they have, what is being negative. He's even said himself how people have come to him and offered him money to do things. So we're not indicting him on something he hasn't even talked about himself.
And if it wasn't for everybody that copies every word Tyreek speaks about, or every insult, every
Right.
derogatory vocabulary word, every point of view about anything coming up new, like the reparations thing, it's like it's all recycled information. And then on top of that recycling, it's all the same rhetoric that we've heard from white nationalists
Correct.
and the heritage Americans, right? Or the Tucker Carlsons that use all his points for not in black people's best interests. So again, when you got Tyreek talking about he doesn't have a problem with President Trump and what he's doing, everything's working in the favor of in the black people in the community. Those are the things that align themselves. They don't have to be fucking a white woman, even though he is fucking a biracial, half Haitian,
Right.
half white woman, right?
And
She
it's a
ain't
white
foundational
woman in
black
his
American,
house.
right?
His mother-in-law.
So again, if we put a mirror to Tyreek Nasheed's face, he's not gonna like that. He's not gonna like, and we're trying to show everybody how fake he is, like, and how people are just subscribing to something that just sounds good. Foundational sounds good, but what you can't trademark an ethnicity. You can't. Black Americans should be fine enough, but
And
they
if
want to say.
every black person is foundational everywhere you go, foundational Haitians, foundational Jamaicans, everywhere black folks was dropped off and built the fucking country, they are foundational too. So it ain't nothing new you
Right,
talking about.
people that
If
made it
his
to the
wife's
Americas.
daddy was a Haitian, she's a tether. That's what we kept saying. Well, she's a tether then, because you said Haitians a tether. So
And
if
he's a
her
tethered
father's
lover.
one, remember he really got mad at that one. My wife is FBA. My wife, no, well, her mama white tea and her daddy Haitian. And now what? What you got?
And you know what he said, Smart? He said, and so what? That still makes me foundational black American. He said that. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, and if that wasn't true, this or that. So again, Rojo, this is for all the youth. I do this for the
Right.
youth that fall into this, not knowing, almost going like, oh, is this what we're calling ourselves now? Because we have so many brainwashed people that, and it's a small
It's
fraction,
older
but it
people,
is
man.
it's growing fast. It's kind of growing fast online. But I'm saying, and the older people, right, and the elders that fall to thinking
No,
that
well,
they're
I'm
gonna
a
get their.
goddamn elder, and I
Most
ain't fell for that
FBAs are
Well,
like in
bullshit.
their
but
40s,
Sister
man.
Smart, think about all the other elders that we're so surprised that they fall into this too, because they think about their generational wealth and thinking about that reparations shit, and they want to secure that. So Tyreek promised them that. You know what I mean? So
Well, they
Vibes,
so
stupid.
for
vibes.
those
Did
two
you?
different demographics is what why I do what
And
I
it's a
do.
lot of us don't fall for it because we did the work. Anybody young coming
Right.
up now, if it wasn't for me, there would be no fucking you.
Right. And
Okay?
Sister Smart, I didn't say that as a dig for that, like the elders are fall. I'm saying I
Oh,
do it for the
no, a
elders.
lot
I
of them
do it.
do.
I do it for the vulnerable, the what's it called? The
Gen
impressionable,
Zers.
the impressionable people, that because they make these circles so they can subscribe to new people, and they want to. I hate jumping into those panels where they make FBA sound good and all black immigrants and the rest of the demographic of people that live here as the bad ones. And
Right.
it's for us
It's
versus them
stupid.
mentality with
Well,
a
let them
scarcity
have it.
mindset that there's not enough to go around for everybody.
Because that
You know,
shit ain't gonna
and
last.
they
Anything
don't
that's
like,
built on chaos does not last.
and host, they don't vibes. They don't like looking at the statistics, man, because the statistics show that's not true at all, man.
Well, they don't care.
Exactly, Sibyl. When they talk about immigrants taking money, joining Medicare, taking food stamps, that's not all true. They don't see all
That's
the
not.
benefits, all the money they pay into
Bro,
taxes,
bro, the
all
crazy
that
thing
stuff.
is,
They
bro,
flip it on.
like if we even on I always say it's census.gov. It's a government website. We look at Nigerian American income and Black American income, like, bro, it's almost double, man. Like, it's not even close.
Right. And they
Like,
act like
if we're
they
so bad
jealous.
and we're taking food stamps and we're stealing from America and we're stealing from Black Americans, how is our income almost double theirs, man? Like, come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. That's what they say, that we're leeching off of them, bro. It's like, what? It's just nonsense, bro. It's just hate talking points and following Tariq Nasheed, who's literally using their money to go to Africa. He
Mm-hmm.
used their money to go to Africa, man, after talking like the most shit about Africa, which makes no sense.
And he raised $2 million for that museum. He
For
could
a
have bought the
museum?
building outright, but he took a mortgage on it. See, he keeping that money. That's how dumb people are.
That's
That
what I
they
heard
don't even
too. He
realize the
did the
shit he doing
mortgage and kept the rest.
and
He
kept the
didn't buy
rest.
it.
Yeah. If
Damn.
the reparations comes up, they can take that money and go take it to Africa and build Africa. It's gonna it's a lot of money.
Bro, I bet you all those people claiming that they're Indians, I mean, as soon as the reparations come out, oh, I'm an
They gonna be
African. I'm an
niggas
African
all day.
descendant.
They gonna be Africans,
No,
Oh
they.
yeah,
African
they'll be
Americans.
Africans. Yeah.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say, Ron, you can try back up. I already saw that you tried and it didn't work out, didn't connect for you. But yeah, we've been studying this, Rojo. We've been watching, we've been observing, and I think it's for education for everybody in the community. It's not really talking shit because, like, why are you here, Rojo? Why are you listen? Why
That's
are you
exactly what
listening?
it
Why
is.
do you come on the panels and
Now,
listen to
Vibes, check
this?
this out. One thing about Black Americans, right? We will acknowledge our shit, right? If we say somebody did this in this neighborhood, we say, yeah, he pretty much did that. Or if this sister did that, we'll pretty much say, yeah, she did that. But on this panel, you never hear you guys talk about your faults at all.
Rojo, you
What?
hear
For
me,
whose
Rojo,
fault?
you hear me call out the shit that the problematic things, and you don't even know me when I first started here. I was on FBA side when I heard immigrants come into the chat and be but I didn't have the context. I didn't know that these were set up so they can repeat the same rhetoric back and have a footing and be like, well, since they can do it, we can do it too. And that's all it
So
was. It
tell
was
me
a
some
give and
faults
take.
that immigrants made. Let's start there. Let me see
Why
something.
is it? Why do you want to bring that up? What is that gonna get us?
It's gonna
You see what I'm
redefine.
saying,
It's
Vibes?
gonna, you know what it's gonna do, Sister
You
Smart.
see
It's
how you
gonna be
got
like,
you see how she down
because
here?
again,
Why you want to do that?
No, I'm just saying to you, you a
You
fucking
need to
I'll
do
tell you
AI
why,
that.
agent. Because
Sister
if we're
Smart.
not talking about being in unity, I'm Pan-African. To
Right.
me, we can talk about their faults. We can talk about ours
I
too.
know we go in circles
We
with that,
can, and
Rojo.
then
We
that's
know
a
that.
big
It don't
circle
seem like it because
for
you
what?
got you getting
Well,
real upset when I brought it up.
Yes,
no,
I
but she's
do,
kind of
because
she
there's
is
no
right,
need
Rojo. Because
for
like,
it.
what's
You need to take your
Oh,
ass to a
oh,
panel where you can
but we
talk
can
about
talk
that.
about Black Americans and FBA all damn day, huh?
Yep, I talk about everybody. You goddamn
Topic is
right,
about
sure
FBA.
do.
I mean, they're
Cause
out
it ain't
here,
gonna
Rojo.
get you
They're on
nowhere.
these. They're on these
Immigrant,
TikTok
who
streets.
decides who comes in here and who decides who leaves? White T folks. Your black ass don't.
Again, Rojo, I can be forthcoming about what's wrong in our communities and how, but I also show how
No.
those.
We know you come from the perfect community. You guys do no
You
wrong.
see,
You
Well,
come.
even if I
take
would be
your ass to
forthcoming, you
another
wouldn't want to
panel.
hear it.
You
You
Take
see,
your
wouldn't want
ass
to
to
hear it.
another
Vibes,
panel.
call off your German Shepherd, bro. She
No,
Man, how you
and
gonna
I'm a
call her a
mod
German
too, and I'll
Shepherd?
drop
that's
your
exactly
ass
what
like
she
a
acting like, a
badass.
damn German
Keep it up.
Shepherd.
Stop it, bro!
Keep it up.
Don't be
Keep it
I
up.
disrespecting
like
my
her,
sister,
man.
Rojo.
Keep it up.
But she a
We
bot
can
here,
talk about what? Oh, they talk about Black Americans. They say
and
we
that wouldn't even
are
be enough,
this.
Sister
They
Smart. They'd be
say.
like,
That's all you
they
can do is what they say. What can
they
they
double
do to
down.
you? Not a motherfucking thing. So all you want to talk about is what somebody goddamn said, then go right at it. That's all y'all can do. Because they don't have the power to do shit to you. Just like you don't have the power to do shit to them. Say, because the white man running it all. So now what? Now where we at? See, that's all the mentality of people like you. We're not talking about what we're gonna do to build and unite the diaspora. If you ain't talking about that, then I ain't got shit to say anyway about you neither way. FBA, immigrant, any damn body. If you talking against that, I ain't got shit for you.
And Rojo, you act like we don't have people in our demographic that root for FBA,
that listen to your dumb
Bro,
ass's
what?
perspective and want to be a part of that and always vouch and are apologists for
No,
your guys'
bro.
actions. That's what we have to deal with in our
Yo,
community.
why would we
We
root
have
for FBAs, man? We
no,
are
see, Will,
maybe
I'm
black
saying
Americans, but not FBAs, bro.
no, see, Will, what I'm saying is we have people in our community that
That
fall for that
do.
rhetoric. And they even back them thinking that it's all black people or all African Americans. And when I try to convince them that that's not how they all think. So
No.
there I am trying to show them that this is not the wholesome of the 45 million black people in America. But that's the goal of these FBAs.
That's right.
The goal is for us to believe that this is the talking points or
God
this is the
damn.
perspective of all African
This is
Americans. And you're
crazy.
not gonna dupe me.
Well, why
You
don't you
ain't gonna
leave?
get me on that fucking
I'm
road
sick
trip,
of your
Rojo.
ass.
You guys are a small fraction. And
Bro,
we
It's
I
out
only
here,
heard
we're out
43.
here
It's
always gonna
like
check this shit.
45 million black people. It's about 3 million to 5 million African immigrants. You ain't worried about the 41 million fucking immigrants that are not black, do you?
I know.
It's 41 million. It's almost as many white immigrants in this country as there are black people. But I don't hear no motherfucker. They ain't
Yeah,
seeing ICE
exactly.
pick up no Ukrainian motherfucker. You ain't said shit about
Bro,
that.
they don't
What
care about
about
white people,
Russians that's
man.
over here? What about all the other ones that are not black? It's 41 million of them, and you don't say shit.
And to this day, I haven't ran into an FBA in real life. And every
Yeah, same.
African American I run into and I ask them, "Are you FBA?" They say, "What is that?"
Hell no.
Yeah, what
So
is that?
that's
I
more
only heard of these people
confirmation.
recently, man. They're
So
like they're
Bob,
an
So
internet
if you
cult, man.
blowing, you need to go on somewhere because I don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
yeah, but you
For
talking like you
real.
do. You talking like you do
Yeah,
though.
I do. Yeah, I do. I just gave
Rojo,
some
what are you gonna do about?
statistics. What statistics do you have? What have FB?
You just got a mouthpiece. That's
She
right.
tired of me, but she keep talking to me. What's
Well,
going
I'll
on?
drop
No,
your ass if you want me to. I can do that.
Rojo, we can't have no sleeper angels,
Please
Rojo.
don't drop me, please.
Fuck that. I'm gonna drop your ass because you done got on my nerve.
Go take some
You
damn
really have.
Geritol or something.
What? Yeah, okay, you can go on call. Well, you better goddamn well be glad I did because your ass wouldn't be here.
You better be
Your
glad.
parents wouldn't be here.
Put
None
your
of
dentures
them.
in your mouth and call it a
I
night.
don't have no goddamn
Yes, you do.
dentures.
Yes, you
Now,
do.
You
You
get the
talk
fuck
about it.
on
why are you
somewhere.
taking Tariq Nasheed's?
There he go. His talking points.
You better have some respect for our elders. All right, you got a grandmother, man. Stop it. You got an auntie. Stop it. But this is what
No.
they'll do. People within our own community, smart. You know, you have to have a FBA mindset to be black. You're not black American unless you speak like this or you speak on our issues. So that's how they're trying to convince all of them that their plight is all black people's plight in America. And that's
Right.
just false.
And you talk about me, but you wouldn't fart loud around a white tea man. How about that? You wouldn't bust a grape with a sledgehammer around a white tea man. That's the thing about it. They always doing that shit, and they ain't gonna say shit to white tea people. You know, so let him go head on.
Exactly.
I don't even know why I let him get on my goddamn nerves, because I understand how dumb they are.
Well,
It's okay.
he's just
It's
gonna be
okay.
problematic.
Call me granny. Talk
I
about I
dropped
ain't got
him.
no
I dropped
dentures, but if I did, I would take them out the jar and bite your ass.
Don't even. I dropped him because he's just being disrespectful. He just wants me.
You know,
You
they
hurt
always saying that.
Tariq Nasheed's feelings on that panel. So they
Right.
got to come back to get their lick back. You know?
Gladys. Yeah, he can go on. I done told everybody, y'all can just start calling me Gladys. At this point, Marcus. And you know that people are trying to say I sound like that sister in Why Did I Get Married? When she said that to her husband. His name was Marcus.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Remember that scene, Marcus?
Yeah,
Mhm. I don't care. I do
that's where he
not
got
even
it from.
care.
Okay.
Yep. That's where they get it from. I don't care, cause we gonna see. Like I said, they shit is real short lived, and then like you said, vibes. Then he'll be on to the next one.
Exactly.
I keep thinking of that Jay-Z
They
song.
just
On to the
scroll. They
next
just
one.
scroll. These guys
Hmm
just follow me. So every time I go online, they come check in my room. But these guys just doom scroll and go to the next panel where they can start
Right.
shaping the narrative.
Yep.
And the more panels they get on, because you see them, they all
Hmm
jump on everybody's panel. The
They do.
Mexicans, the black immigrants,
Hmm
every ethnic group that you could think of, but they're
Here
not
they
on those
go.
white tea panels. They're not on those white tea panels at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. Cause one of them be done call them all kind of ninjas and everything else,
Hmm
and they wouldn't open their mouth.
And
Like I
Halo's
said,
ass, Halo.
that
I
bitch
ran
is
into Halo
crazy
a
as a
couple
fuck.
times, and she lets me on because I've talked to her before. But she's too crazy. But she be letting on white nationalists up there talking about
Oh, of course.
anti-immigration and shit. So that's
And
the type
how
of people we're
ignorant is
dealing with.
that?
Hmm
Right, you letting them on your panel, and they wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire.
Right.
But that's how dumb and crazy some of us are. We have no pride, no self-respect. How would you let a fucking Neanderthal come on your panel talking about black people and you grinning and shining and oohing and eyeing? You fucking bed wench.
Right.
And that's why I can't be around her, because I really lose my shit on her. I've done that before. I'll lose my shit
Yes.
totally. I just got out of TikTok jail for calling two women bed wenches. I sure, because they vibes. They was talking about, well, we love BWC instead of BBC. We
Oh
love
wow.
BWC. I said, you fucking bed wench. It was hilarious.
They look at their fetishes, man. That's crazy.
Okay. And you sitting up there with that, and these people are unaliving your own men. What?
Mhm.
And I'm tired of all these miserable ass black women that would rather deal with that
Right.
than deal with their own man. How are you?
Whitewash
Your father
their
is
race.
black. Your father
Mhm.
was a black man.
Mhm.
So the fuck? If it wasn't
They
for him, you wouldn't be here.
diluting our people.
Yes. It's just, and just the hatred. If you want to do that, fine. Do you, boo boo kitty. But why you got to talk about black men, no? When a black man was your father. That's what I don't get.
Mhm.
If that's what you prefer, you love you some BWC, great.
And these are monoracially black women or biracial
Yes,
women?
they were monos.
Yeah. That's and that's why we brought this. When I had my page, it got taken down with 30,000 followers, but mine was white biracial tears, and I would talk about these scenarios, or what the black
Right.
community really thought of biracial people, and it is sad, that they push that out. But that's all white tea people's agenda is to populate,
It is.
and to
It
mix in
is.
and to kick out the people that won't,
That are woke. Why do you think they done
do it.
locked up Julius Malema?
Hmm
Because he ain't over there kissing no white people ass.
Yeah, why do we promote this on Hollywood movies, interracial couples? Why do we do all that to push their agenda?
That's all.
People just they say we just want to love who we want to love.
No, you don't. When I hear that love is love, I don't like. So
Love is
okay,
love,
if a man loves a 10-year-old, is that love? Love is love.
right?
What kind of sick shit are you talking about? No, it's not. Love is not love. You can't go and live and love. Yeah, you could love a dog.
Exactly.
Love is
Bestiality.
love. Let's get
How far
married.
is this gonna go?
Mm-hmm. And it is people fighting for that. People that have married their dogs. There's a group, an organization that wanted to add another letter to the LGBTQIA that was for loving
Animals.
juveniles. Yeah. So what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
know
God.
everything we need to know about these people, and
Yep.
not to throw everyone that, we got some conscious, we got some abolitionists, but it does, it doesn't
They
to
still
go.
white tea.
They're still white tea, but the ones that chuck and the ones that tap dance for these people that they know they
Yes.
don't live any type of way, that, like, the president is the perfect example of
hmm
degeneracy,
Yes. Yeah, and
and
there are some that can try to fight to be anti-racist. I'm not saying, like I
but
said,
fighting themselves, fighting their urges,
yes,
fighting what is privilege for them.
in
Like,
their
how many
own
of them are gonna
right.
out that, who's
How many
gonna
gonna give it
create
up?
self unaliving?
Right.
Pretty much.
How many of them gonna give it up? They might
That's
say they
right.
anti-racist, and I'm fighting to be anti-racist, but you're still white tea.
Yeah,
You're
if it was
still gonna
between them
benefit.
and you and your life, I mean,
Thank
who
you.
they gonna pick in their best
Thank
interest?
you.
Yeah,
Because I'm
that's it.
showing the hell picking me over
Exactly.
anybody else. So you it's like you can't help it. You're born into it, you're a part of it, and until y'all take it down, then why are y'all sitting up here worrying about what we saying and doing? That's been my whole thing. You can claim that you're trying to be anti-racist, but what are y'all doing to dismantle
Right.
it? Nothing.
Yeah. Being
Nothing.
anti-racist isn't always just about calling out racism in other
Exactly.
people, and I
Exactly.
think you, by doing that, is not the same thing as your
Mm-mm.
ancestors marching for it.
Oh,
Like I
exactly.
say, you never had the same heart, or you didn't wear their shoes, and they always get mad at me because you know what it sounds like, Sister Smart. It sounds like I'm saying, like, you didn't go through slavery. That's what it sounds like,
Right.
But
But you
that's not what
didn't.
I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
well,
And
that too, right? That it came back in full circle. But it's true about what you can't stand on what your ancestors did and kind of use that as why you're being a couch potato now.
Right. Why
And
did
that's what
Trump win? How do all
exactly.
these racist motherfuckers keep winning? How is it they're passing legislation that's anti everybody? How are they doing? If you all, as many of y'all are doing it as you say you are, then, how could all this bad legislation get passed? Wouldn't y'all take motherfuckers out of office that's doing this shit? And you haven't. So miss me. Miss
Yeah.
me with all that shit.
And that's what I asked. I asked Sister Smart, I asked this lady or all these FBAs, like, so who, you're telling us about who we're voting for, whether it be the wrong people that you don't want there, but there's
Right.
no, there is no kind of meeting or like a list of representatives that will represent your causes, FBA
Right.
causes, whether that's local, state, or the
Right.
presidency, right? Who are you
Who?
guys choosing? And do they look like you? Are they FBA?
Right.
Because how do you want people to vote in your constituents, but you don't even have a listing, you don't have a website where you're promoting, and then because you know why they don't do that? Because we will see who they represent, and it's not anyone good.
No, not at all. And if you run it up behind MAGAs,
Right.
then we already know who you with. But they don't give a fuck about your black ass.
They can only concentrate on the Democratic Party. Go ahead, Cookie.
I used
Is
to
it Cookie?
campaign
It's
for.
not Cookie. It's Cookie. It's Cookie. I can't pronounce that. How do you pronounce it?
It's cookie.
Cookie. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead, Cookie.
Yeah. So I used to campaign for this one. She was trying to be a senator in Atlanta. I was dating her, and she and every time we were on the campaign trail, and the kind of racism that we were facing, it's like I'm like, what the heck? And most of the counties that she was actually trying to get the vote, it was OIT people's counties. So every time we walk into those counties, they'd be like, man, what are you guys doing here? Like, who's this person? Like, get this monkey out of here. I'm like, what is going on here? It was crazy. Yeah, I was like, wow. These are the people you're
voting for,
put
honey?
out of Atlanta and you in Georgia, honey. That's it. Atlanta might be cool. You step foot out of Atlanta, you in Georgia.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Racist ass people. Yes.
Yeah, we were in Douglasville. I don't know if you know where that is, right? So she was, and that place is like everywhere we would go, and we ran into the mayor. I think you see the governor. This the governor's mother. She was actually campaigning for the son to actually, because he wanted to like get back into the office, and then she was like, "What do you like?" And she also asked the same question. She was old whitey lady seated there with her grandkids, and she was like, "So what do you guys? What do you guys want?" Like, bro, we campaigning for I mean, what kind of question is that? What are you doing here? And then she was like, yeah, but I don't think if she's gonna get the votes because of the counties that she's going for. I'm like, man, and I was like, man, and after the campaign, apparently she didn't, she didn't win. I felt bad because we had a party going on, after that, like when we finished campaigning, and then we just booked out like a whole restaurant. So we are like, watching, the television and see when the results were coming up.
These are
And man,
state or local elections.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, state, yep. And we're like eating, and then we're looking at the boards, man. She's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, she ended up, not winning, and I felt bad.
Oh,
And
and
I'm
you
like,
try to help with your
I did
vote.
try. I did try. I did. I felt bad even for her mother too, because her mother was like putting in a lot of work, bro. Sometimes she would get disrespected from these white tea people. She didn't care about that. She kept on. It's like she just wanted her daughter to, get into the position, but she
Right.
didn't. And what we were getting was that, oh, you need to date a YT man for you to get votes in these places.
That's crazy.
Mhm. Well,
But
It
yeah,
was
the
like I
crazy.
said,
the
step foot out of
demographic is the
Atlanta.
vote. Yeah. So.
Hmm
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, when she was what state office? What was she running for statewide?
It was in 2020. I don't even remember because it's like,
It had
yeah,
nothing
it
to do
was.
with you besides support for your girl.
I
Mhm.
know. It was crazy.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
crazy.
well,
Yeah, she's a doctor, but again, I just felt bad.
I could
Is
have
she?
told you that. Don't feel bad. It's racist ass white folks. What could you do?
Cookie just wanted that cookie. You feel me?
All right, okay.
He's
You
just
already know,
going
man.
with the flow. But isn't it funny, Sister Smart, how Atlanta has a big black community, and it's almost like they have that community because they're staying away from all the racists. It's like they're almost segregated in that
They
aspect.
are segregated. I mean, if you look at Atlanta, maybe Decatur, some of the little surrounding little suburbs that are black. And that's all you
Right.
got. Like I said, you step out of that, you enjoy Jub. We talking mirrored shade wearing sheriff, Popo, good
Co-
old boy, Bubba, and Cooter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't even go to Cobb County. You get pulled over for just being black, bro. That's how bad it
Anything.
is.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm from the South. I know how the South, and the South works. The racism there is, as long as you stay in your place, we can live together. We cool. So need to grow. Stay on your side of the tracks. We on our side of the track. Okay, we cool. We can eat and we can, do little stuff. But if your ass gets uppity,
Yeah.
then
It's
we
like,
got
bro,
an
And,
issue.
you stay, but you
yeah,
stay
bro.
after sundown.
Right, right.
And they do have lakes that black people cannot go to, bro. That's crazy. It's really bad, bro. Like even to go to Stone Mountain, you gotta go with a bunch of people because it was like once you get there, the YT people, those like the Proud Boys, they are watching you guys. It's like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy.
Mhm. They do.
And yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. And that was
It's
in
like
2020, bro.
And hell,
it's like
out here in California, where we at, we know where the fuck we better not take our black ass.
yeah, we got the
In
boonies
parts
over
of
here. We stay in
California.
the city.
Yeah, we better not. It's worse than Mississippi out here. Because
We got silent
unfortunately,
hills.
they'll grin in your face and stab your ass clean in your back.
I
And that's
almost
in
got drowned by.
California.
I went to a lake, to a YT lake, and I almost got drowned, bro, by a YT guy.
That's crazy.
And I was on
Uh,
a jet ski, so we went we went to try it out. We bought a jet ski and then we went to like try it out and stuff. And my homie, I told him, say, bro, like he said, oh, we're gonna go to this lake, and I'm like, and as soon as we got there, we were like the only black people there. So he told me, it's like, bro, this is like this place right here. It's like it's just white. I'm like, bro, but why would you? What are we here, man? It's like, no, let's just try it out really quickly. Then
Yeah.
I didn't tell you guys, right? Like my birthday was on April 6th, but 2 days before that, I got jumped by a bunch of white dudes that were racist too. I ended up in the hospital. Like 4 of them got arrested. I was at a bonfire, and they just jumped me, and they started calling me the N-word and everything. It was crazy.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
I know. I didn't really want to tell them. We don't have that. I know. I didn't want to really tell anybody about it. Especially here on TikTok. But
Right.
I got justice. I had witnesses. People were there, and if it wasn't for my cousin, because I didn't think the cops would believe me. My cousin's the one that told me to go ahead and report it. And sure enough, the investigators followed the lead on a couple of the people that I described. And some other witnesses caught them leaving in their cars. And these were just random people. I was there by myself because my cousin had just left to go get some more wood, and they just came up on my thing. And
oh, damn.
Yeah, and they caught me lacking. These guys caught me, but these are the people that are coming out of the boonies, and they come into town.
Right.
And I've had my experiences before, but this one was a bit scary. But I held my own. I got a couple licks in.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but there was just too
bro.
many of them. It was like 6 of them. But this is the shit I'm
man, that's a
talking
lot.
about.
Well,
man.
did they get locked up? The ones they found?
Four of them, and they're still looking for 2 of them. The other one started squealing. They got 2 of them at first, then they got 2 of them. They got another 2 of them after. That's 4. But there's 2 still missing, and I had to go identify them all and stuff this week. It was a crazy week, dude. It's been a crazy whole month for me. But I say all that to say, thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. I say all that to say, it's like we do actually go through this shit, and it is white tea people at the forefront of all this shit. This didn't happen to me because of no FBA, So my goal is always at the white tea people, It's not to my own brothers and sisters. And even if I drag them, I try to lift them up with another hand, It's not all about. It's not. If anything, we're doing a good job because we're educating. Even whether they like to hear it or not.
Yeah, bro, it's true. Like like in my case, it's like we at the lake. Then he's like, oh, we can. It's like, oh, let me try your jet ski and stuff. And then I'm like, my home was like, yeah, we can let him. I'm like, but I'm not gonna let him go by himself. So I'm not be with him. As bro, like he fucking drove off that jet ski and went like on the bro, like far away from everybody, bro. And then he fucking went 360. He turned around, and then the jet ski flipped, bro. And the good thing I had the jacket on.
Yeah.
So and then bro, he knows I don't know how to swim. Then I said, "Do you need help? Do you need help?" I'm like, I'm like, bro, like I'm fucking drowning. You ask me if I need help. Are you out of your mind? And but I struggled, bro. I went and hold on to the jet ski, then hopped on, and I jumped on and started it, and I left them on the.
Did you have a life jacket?
Yeah, I had it. Yep, I had it. Yep.
Thank
I left
God.
them.
I'd have waited till the
jumped.
end of the night, and I'd have fucked him up when he got off work. I bet you that.
Dude, I'm like, man, I'm out, bro. Like, he's like, oh, you left me. I was like, hey, call your people, they'll come pick you up. I'm not. You're not, not on my jet ski.
And see, the thing is, we got to start whooping their ass. That's the only thing they understand. Honestly, they do the shit because they can get away with it. They didn't have any CCTV vibes that could have caught some of them.
No, it was at the beach, so it was a bonfire. And
okay.
like I said,
ain't no
they
cameras.
got a license plate and witnesses that saw it. So once they tracked out the one dude, and they caught him with his other friend the next morning, and then they went ahead and snitched on the other guys. But they, like I said, they were all there. I remember all of them laughing. and telling me how I held my own. But they were all saying the N word, which was crazy. So that they're all gonna get hit with a hate crime. And I'm just so grateful, that my cousin really looked out for me. And he said, "You should call the talk,
Yeah.
man." And how it all came, how it all unfolded. Because I
Yeah.
really didn't think I was gonna get justice. I've had similar situations, and I never got justice. And I'm just
And
I'm grateful that
I
that
am
happened.
too.
and try to see if you can sue the place where you were at. If they did not have any cameras, you can sue them too.
Well, it's a beach. It's a
Make
beach, brother. So it's like it's outdoors. You know what I mean? But they caught a
right.
hotel. There was a hotel near the parking lot where that car was, where they dipped out afterwards. So that's
Okay.
how they were able to confirm the
Come
license
find
plate and
them.
a witness. Yeah, a witness that saw him got into their car. And I don't know these guys. Some of them were younger. Some of them were older than me. And they were all drunk and stuff. It's kind of like it was like it was like the modern day lynching because it felt like a mob,
That liquid courage.
or that liquid courage, yeah, and them wanting to just to feel like they can get away with anything. And I live in a predominantly white town, you know what I mean? So it's a little scary out here. But they
Oh
consider this the
damn.
most liberal town out here, Sister Smart.
Shit. Ain't nothing. Like Malcolm said, everything below the Canadian border is the South. Fuck that.
Yeah.
All of it. I'm from Montana to Florida. It's the South.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get him on criminal and civil. I
Oh,
already
good.
get a lawyer to come after him civilly as well. So I'm gonna go get
Yeah.
therapy next week and see how this all goes. But I'm strong. I already know this. It happens to our people all the time.
Yep.
There's this dude. This white dude. He used to call himself my friend. His name was Brady, but I'm not friends with him anymore. And one time, he was like asking me, because it's like, oh, bro, he's like, oh, bro, do you speak African? And the mother was there too, you know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, like I'm like, what are you talking? Like, do I speak African? I'm like,
What
I
the
said I
fuck is
looked at the
that?
You
mother
told me this story too, and I
because
remember this. Go ahead.
I was I didn't talk to him. I was responding to the mother because the mother was there sitting and she's watching me, and I'm like, if your mother taught you that African is not a language, maybe you wouldn't have asked me that kind of question, idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the mom, and then the mom, she looked down, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't blame you. I blame your mother.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cause she is a
and
dumb
and
bitch. A dumb
yeah,
bitch. What is speaking African? What the fuck? Do you
This is
speak
that
yeah,
shit.
American?
You
yeah,
don't
he got
sound American with
embarrassed.
that accent.
Do you speak American? How dumb. I'm just tired of dumb people too.
And they want this to just be a single language, like America has an official. They want to make English an official language just to dumb down our people. Like
Mm-hmm.
multilingual isn't a good thing, It's sad. Welcome back up, Mr. Ali.
Yeah, when he said that, when he told me that, I even dumped the sister because I was dating apparently the sister and stuff, and I'm like, nah, you guys are not.
Maybe
You
that's
guys,
why he was a little jelly. You feel me?
yeah. I was like, nah, I can't do this, man. Your brother is just dumb. I can't deal with dumb people.
Are you?
And yeah, I
Are you?
know you ain't dating no YT
And
women.
that's another white girl on his sheet, Sister Smart.
Huh? Don't come up here
That's
on
the
my
second.
on this
That's the
live.
second white girl we heard. Or which one you dating now, Cuddy or Cookie?
I hope you
Oh
not.
no, I'm off the market right now.
Well, you better be off of that YT market forever. The fuck? Don't come up here talking black by day and white by night. Fuck that. I'm just gonna say it. And if you are, keep it to your damn self. Because I'm going to talk about your ass. You can't come up here talking black and then got a damn snow bunny. Get the fuck out of here. Now, I'm just saying, dude, don't say it around me.
Hey, love is love, Sister Smart.
Oh,
Love
yeah,
is
right.
love.
Okay. and all she got to do is cry and pick up the damn phone, and
Hey,
your
he
ass
won't
is
learn. He
toast.
won't learn until he's strange fruity.
Right.
You know, by
When the
family
popo
members. So
coming to get him.
that's his. You know, let him make his
'Cause
decision.
I don't know what happened. I mean, we were going out, and then I don't know what he did, and please come
You know
help
that
me.
movie, Cookie. You know that movie. What is that movie called? Not
Get
fuck.
out.
Called Get
Get
Out.
Out, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Get Out, bro. You
Did
gotta
you
go
see
watch.
that?
Did you see that one, brother? That's the one to watch.
Yeah, with that brother
Anyways,
with the white tee girl and the going in the sunken place. And you know the
yeah,
guy
the
that wrote that, he
sunken
married to
place,
a white
brother.
woman. He's biracial. Did you know that?
Jordan Peele, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He don't
You
look
see, Sister
biracial at
Smart. This is
all.
where they got the whole tethering thing from the movie Us, because of Jordan Peele too. And that
What?
sister. Yeah, you've ever seen Us?
Is that the TV show, that short series?
No, sister. This is a movie by Jordan Peele. This is a movie actually created in my town here. Where I live is Santa Cruz, Santa Cruz,
Really?
California. Yeah, you know the
Okay.
boardwalk. Yeah. Anyways, they made that movie here, but it's about a Black American family. But the star, her name's Lupita. Lupita, I forget her last name, but she's that
Longo. Okay.
Yeah, she's that Kenyan woman,
Yeah.
but she plays a Black American wife of a Black American family, okay? And
Okay.
they had it's a horror film created by him. It's kind of like Get Out as well, but in this
Right.
case, you got to go watch this, Sister Smart.
Okay.
So, anyways, these FBAs, Tariq Nasheed and all them, they got the whole term tethering from this movie because this Black American family had a double family that lived underground, and these people were trying to switch places with the original. Think about like a zombie. Like it was like their dumbed down versions
Right.
of that family, but they had a copy to them. And
Okay.
so I don't want to kill the whole movie
A
for
movie.
you,
Okay.
but
I'll look at it.
that's them because they were trying to tether to those people. They were trying to switch places with those people. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah. I had to watch
Because
it
I
twice.
watched the other movie you told me
Watch
about with that
Us.
crazy bitch. Ooh.
Yeah. Watch
I'll
Us
go.
though. That's a US, okay? It just says
Okay.
Us on it. Yeah. Check it
You know,
out.
I'll
one
look
thing
it up.
Another
vibes.
yeah.
Surprisingly, Lupita, she's a Mexican national, from what I
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I love
She
her.
is.
Yeah. And they don't even know. Here, I have that prompt. Look, this is what I made a prompt out of. Here, I'll show you guys. Remember this prompt? I made this based off of her in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
I seen
okay.
that prompt. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
because
it.
Lupita is questionable because she done dated a whole bunch of white T men too. So you know she on
I
my
didn't know
list
that.
too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
She
she
was
done
dating
fuck with a bunch of them.
she dated what's his name, Kenyon as well.
Lato, Jared Lato, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I
Listen,
love
I'm
bringing
gonna
up.
tell you something though, Smart, right? A lot of white tea men, they like Kenyan, Ugandan,
Oh,
South
dark
African women.
women, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
they fetish. You know, a dark woman with a big ass. Oh yes, sir.
Here's what I think about that because I've I know a couple that they've been. So here's the thing, like with that is that so most of them if you see let's say a Kenyan sister with like a white tee, right? A lot of them there's no love there. It's just this transactional. They don't even like feel like it's a relationship. It's like this YT has to have money, right, for them to actually be with them. So it's like when you talk to her, like, so how is this relationship working out? She'll literally tell you that nothing is working out, and I'm just getting what I can get and
It's
then
all transactional.
move on. Yes,
That
transactional.
may
It's
be it,
natural
but if
love.
you sell your soul, then I'm done with your ass. I don't give a fuck
I
if
know,
you are
which
getting
is
paid. That
right.
we know
It's,
the
it's
game. I mean, that's the oldest game in town. To
but
get white men's money. Come on now.
but they still go back to the African brother because they'll tell you I'm missing something I'm not getting from this 2 minute white tea guy, right? Like they'll always go back to an
Yeah.
African brother or
Usually,
something, and
The, there's this one guy. He's such an asshole. I saw him on YouTube, and I forget who posted it. I saved it though. But he goes up to these African villages, and he'll flirt with the women, and he'll ask them questions in the camera, you know, and goes like, how many cows do I need to buy to marry you? And he'll work them up to the point of her asking the family and them preparing, and then he'll let them down and be like, you know what? This is gonna take a lot of time and process and paperwork. And he'd be like playing with them like that. And I
somebody should
forget.
beat his ass.
I know, most
That's what
definitely.
I'm saying. See what I mean? We always
And,
let motherfuckers do
and
stupid shit.
and most of these sisters, when you sit down with them, they're not mentally there. I've seen a
That's
lot of them,
crazy.
well,
I wouldn't
and I'm
want his
like,
ass for shit.
and I'm
See,
like,
that's what we
what
got to
does
get
this?
to the point where we don't want to even look in your damn direction.
Yeah,
Because
Cookie,
one
real
thing
quick,
about
you can continue, Cookie. You can answer the question as well. You got the mic. Can you expand on that a little bit? When you say they're not right, do you think it's low racial self-esteem, ethnic self-esteem? Do you think maybe they're mentally unhealed?
Mentally, they
Is
done
it
broken.
what's the
yeah,
Got
issue?
broken.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah,
it is.
mentally.
It's
So what I
not
mean by that,
self-esteem necessarily. It's
it's
that
not.
you can
Yeah,
break
it's not.
somebody's mind. You know, here you
Hmm.
thought you were worthy and you thought you were beautiful and then this men can do that to women.
So basically, it could be yeah, definitely what she said. It could be maybe part of like her past relationship. She had an experience, with one of the African brothers. Now she's desperately looking to like try to be with a different race, right, or ethnic group. So she just like, maybe let me try this out, right? And then maybe if she tries that, then she finds out that um, she's always gonna like, this is not it, right? So a lot of them, like mentally, when they're into the relationship, they're not there. They might be physically there, but their mind is not there. So that's why
Cookie, also, do you think they have like problems with their family? Like, how do they view their fathers or their brother? Maybe the cultural.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So usually in that scenario, it's either they don't get along with their family. It's either their father or their mother, because a lot of time, most of the they don't approve that. You know what I mean? They don't approve it, so
This
they will
white
probably
boy.
they'll go against what their father or mother wants them to do. Then they are going to like completely go against them, and then they'll end up marrying that white person, right? And then this white person, they don't like the family, maybe they don't even know who this white person is, because they don't want to even engage in like getting into details, or they don't want to take anything from this white person, because they're not like, they don't agree with that relation. They're not okay with that kind of relationship,
Thank God.
because cultural reasons. Like, why would you want us to have a different? You are messing up our roots, our lineage. Like, why would you want to bring something else that's not? You know what I mean? So it's kind of tricky. But the ones that go for these white tea, a lot of them, they're not mentally okay. Like, I've seen like, I think 10 of them, and I walked up to them. I asked like, what's going on here? Like, and once you talk to them, you're like, oh, okay. And then you go and talk to the YT person, you realize that YT also is not mentally okay. You're like, oh, okay, so these are two sick
Crazy.
people trying to make these things like a relationship. I can give you a good example. There's this she's an artist, a very big artist. Her name is Akode. She comes from the same tribe as this one right here. She's a Luo tribe. So she ended up marrying this guy from Switzerland, a YT man. So now, as she didn't know that this YT person was actually having some mental issues. So now, as they they prepared everything, and then they did their wedding, and in the wedding, the way the YT man was acting, even like the people around, like, not, there's something not right here. What's going on? Just to find out that the guy wasn't mentally okay, he has to be on some type of medication in order for him to like get himself together. Like, he was acting out, like he was just acting out, jumping left and right, up until she find out that he's a mental, like he has some mental issues, and he's not even supposed to be married because of the mental issues that he has. And then eventually she ended up breaking up with the guy, even though they did like one of the most expensive wedding in Nairobi. Yeah, it's even on YouTube. And she's like, they end up breaking. So it's a pattern that most of these YT people that they have mental issues, and they end up mistreating them really, really bad into this relationship. So that's why a lot of these sisters are learning, and then they are backing off. And most of them will tell you that I don't feel that, I don't feel like a relationship. I just feel like it's a casual thing. But when I'm married to a black brother, I feel I'm married and settled. That's most of them will tell
Well,
you.
that's why I don't
But
trust them, and you couldn't melt one down and pour them on me. Hell no. Everything that makes me a black woman, no. There's no way I could marry one. No. No way.
right,
Why?
right, because I
The first
also heard
time they call you the N-word because he gonna get mad and gonna say it, what you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying? No. And I don't want my kids being fucked up. No, I wouldn't do it. And more of us need to get that point of view, and we'd be much better off if black people would just let white folks go. White folks, first of all,
right,
wouldn't want to know what to fucking do if they couldn't be in our business. And second of all, we just don't, it's no need. You don't have to hate nobody. You don't have to, just stay away from them. Just stay away from them. Don't be
yeah, they
inviting them
cheat
to the cookout. Don't, none of that shit.
they cheat like there's no tomorrow when they are married to our sisters. They don't even care. They're like, what?
Most of them don't, because it's a fetish in the first place.
Yeah,
That's what all
they
it
cheat on
is.
brothers too, man. Don't get it twisted.
You say what now?
I said they cheat on brothers too. The white women.
Well, some of y'all, if you would act right, it don't take much. But no, it's on both sides. We both
No, I meant
jacked
white
up.
women be cheating on brothers. That's what I said.
Oh, I
Sisters.
thought you meant sisters
Yeah,
cheating.
they
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they do. They get one black penis, like, oh my God, let me try another one. Oh my God.
That's a really good impression, Sisters.
I know. Are you kidding? I know how to sound like them, girl. Bye. We know how to code switch. I do that all the time to my friend. He be dying laughing because I can switch back and forth. I said, y'all think we don't know y'all? You think you know us? No. We know y'all backwards and forwards. We have
a lot of
to.
time I try to educate our sisters. So one thing about whatever is happening, you find that they are going for like the sisters that are not really educated about them, right? Like a sister can actually, maybe she used to live in the village, and then she comes in town and she ran into a YT guy, and then she's like, oh, okay. But when it comes down to like the ones that are well educated and they know what they want, they always go for the black brothers, and they know all the YTs bullshit and all that stuff.
Right.
So and
Right.
most of the one that the YT people go for, we consider them as leftovers, because every good African women, they are married. We don't
Right.
when we see a good African women, we don't let them like we marry them. Like, no, we don't even wait. Yeah. But when the ones that they go for, I mean, let's say for example, if maybe their age, right? I can go. There's this. You have to actually put in like to lock. So to make sure that it's a culture thing. So we call it. You go to the parent. You talk to the parent. Let's say she's in school or she's like not the age, and then you want to marry her. What you can do is you can go and put a deposit. But it's not like a deposit like it's more of like we call it. We have a term that we call it. It's like for the parents to know that, okay, she has somebody. Eventually, maybe 4 or 5 years from now, this is the guy is going to marry her and is committed. Yeah, he's committed. We do
No,
that.
it's almost like it's almost like Almost like a deposit for the dowry
A
or whatever.
dowry, yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah, a direct deposit, yeah. And then once she's like, she finishes,
Yeah, I know
so she
it's just
finishes
so
up with,
foreign for us Americans. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't,
But no. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
uh-huh,
I'm sorry if I
right.
laugh a little bit. Go
No,
ahead.
no, you're good, bro. You're good. So yeah, you have to do that, and then the parents will consider you. Once the parent considers you, just know that she's locked in, and they'll make sure that she's not having another person behind your back or anything like that. They'll make sure that they are educating her properly and making sure that they follow the traditional. She follows the traditional ways, and maybe if she along the way she decide and say, you know what, I don't like this guy anymore, then
Mm-hmm.
they are going to return that your whatever that
Yeah, they
put
ask for a
down.
refund.
Right.
Yeah, you know what it is. What it is, it's
No.
like the parents. The parents ultimately want their kids to find something secure. We don't. They don't
Mm-hmm.
romanticize this whole
Right.
dating aspect that we do here in
Right.
America, which could get us caught up because we're so hopeful and wishful for our right one that we get cut off with that.
Right. And
You
that's a
know.
fantasy. A lot of that stuff, you don't
Yeah.
fall in
Exactly.
love. It's a conscious
Right.
decision. When you decide to be in love with somebody, you have to think about it at all. It's not just some accidental happenstance. Unfortunately, that delusional attitude toward love is the reason why people have so many problems because your emotions. 1 minute you love them, the next minute you
Yeah.
can knock
Exactly.
their head off, then the next minute you love them again. I mean, once you
And
understand emotions, then
and
you
whose
get it.
reality is that, Smart? It's like White T's reality of
Yes,
falling in love
there
with
you go.
whoever, whenever,
Yes.
and rebelling against their family and
Mm-hmm.
all that. And that's what we end up just watching in the movies and shit and
Right.
emulating, But
Right.
some of us can't. We can't be that whimsical and
No.
dream about this shit.
Right.
We do that out of survival,
And
That's it. And
yeah,
it's a political
and
decision because that's the most pro-black thing you can do is marry a mate of your own race. That's why I was just saying all these people that's kumbaya and they go get them a snow bunny and all this other shit. You're making a political decision because you got your family's involved, the children you gonna have, what your future's gonna look like. All that stuff you got to take into account. And people be going la 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 la. The sex is good. La 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 la. Oh yeah, we cool.
I kind of
No.
cookie. It's kind of like you're like when the parents get to decide what school you go to. It's kind of just like and then they care about your education.
Right.
And then there's some of us that we
uh-huh,
just have to go to the district that we're given. We
Right.
don't get it. We don't get
right,
to go to private school. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's kind of like that's how I see the whole
right.
marriage thing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because you're bringing two
it's like
families together. What the fuck?
And I want to make it clear for right here. See, when I said about the deposit that you put some money down, so it's more. It's not like I'm sure you guys don't get that part because it's more of a culture thing. It's just not the money. It's also it's a ritual because if let's say if they don't give me back the money, right? Let's say if something happened or she plays me or cheats me with another person,
His insurance.
then something bad can end up happening to her
Right.
because I gave something into that family. So it becomes more serious. Like, okay, we might end up losing our daughter if we don't return this money, and
Right.
you know what I mean. So yeah, so it's more culture thing. So it's like you are your ancestors. So basically, you are taking her away from her ancestors' protection into your ancestors' protection as your husband, because before you marry her, you remember that she's into her ancestors' protection, her
Right.
family's ancestors' protection, not yours. So the moment you make that dowry pay, then she's going to be covered through your ancestors.
Right. It makes sense.
Yeah. So yes.
It's a
So if you
spiritual
don't do
thing.
so if you don't do that, she's yours, but she's still going to remain into her family's ancestors. Which means if she dies, you're not gonna bury her, or you're not supposed to even go to her funeral. She's gonna have to be buried by her family, and in a way, the place of where she was born for. We're gonna Ngozi here. She's probably gonna have something to say.
Ngozi. Yeah, she's gonna be like, "What are you talking about,
Right.
Cookie?"
Yeah, she's
Not
trying to
not in
come
my.
up here. Yeah,
Try
she's
again,
American.
Ngozi. It didn't work, Ngozi. Try again.
Yeah,
No, I do want to
and make
say,
sure. Yeah.
I do want to say there are, I hate when they talk about, child marriages and stuff like that, in like in these Middle Eastern countries, and they just don't know. I'm not saying all of it is right, and I'm not
Right.
saying I don't know the particulars of it, but when you hear about these states that are allowed to marry, you would think they're talking about Saudi Arabia. When you talk about Mississippi and all these other states that they allow these
Yep.
children marriages, you'd be shocked to hear how they're forced to marry their fathers, their whoever they were the perpetrators, you know what I mean? And that's here. You know
In
what
the
I mean?
United States, exactly. Just like with they
It's
always talk
disgusting.
about Sharia law and women can't leave the house by themselves and they can't drive. That's a lie. All that shit is just so stupid. Because I used to teach English and I had a bunch of Arab students or whatever, and we
Colleagues,
used to
yeah.
laugh to talk about all the stupid shit people believe happens to them that's not true.
Mhm.
They can't smoke. They smoke. Women smoke over there. It's a whole bunch of stuff they do. So it's like, please, people, just stay in your own business and leave people alone. Because if you're not culturally aware, if
Well, just like the
it's
xenophobia, there's
acceptable.
Islamophobia.
Absolutely.
These white men rewriting everything for shit that's in the Bible
Everything.
that don't let
Right.
women do X, Y, and Z. It's crazy.
Right.
How's it going, Ngozi? Welcome to the panel. Long time no see.
What do you mean they're
Welcome to the
rewriting what's in the Bible? Like, are you like, what are we talking
Ngozi
about
can't.
here?
Look, Ngozi can't come up
She coming
without
up hot.
having without No, Ngozi, you're funny.
I literally
Ngozi can't
cannot,
come out
because
here
you know
without
why?
having like a
I
not a
can't
contribute.
because you guys are always talking in a way that is
Why can't you just say
questionable, bro.
hi vibes? How's it
I
going?
can't. Like my, the way my mind is set up. You understand? I can't get past the stuff you guys be saying. Like,
She,
first of all, let me say this.
she
Contrary
be
to what
coming at the back end of our conversations too.
I
You
know,
know.
like
Right.
I'm hoping I'm just misunderstanding. That'll be cool.
Go
That'll be
ahead,
okay.
Ngozi. Go
That'll be
ahead.
cool if I'm
I'm
misunderstanding.
just joking, but yeah, you can always
But
come up and
but when you guys are talking about this thing with I'm gonna be honest here. My mom, in contrary to what people would believe, right? My mom and dad. My dad was he was already considered legal age, adult in his time. My mom was not, but when he impregnated her with me, it was what is called a shotgun wedding, but she was too young. So her family, her mom, had to what do you call it? Had to they allowed it at the courts. Her mom had to stand there,
sign over. You're right,
sign over.
parental
Yeah, exactly.
agreement.
That's it. Sign over, because she was underage. Your guardian, your parent, could sign you over or whatever. Could stand with you because you're underage. When you go to do your
The court
vows
papers
or
or
whatever.
marriage. Yeah.
Your marriage, yes, at the court. This is done at the courthouse in front of a judge. Now, I'm going
So
to tell
all they
you.
need is parental consent. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. I believe my dad was 18. My mom was 16. You understand? She may have been 15 when she got pregnant, but she was when I was born, she was 16. You understand? But they were married before I was born, because back in that era, right? It wasn't that long ago. We're talking about in 1989 when I was born. But I'm saying we come from a rural area in Texas, and you don't have children out of wedlock. You know, it went against what we were taught. You understand?
What religion was there a religion involved? Because I know my parents were Catholic, and it was the same
thing. Absolutely. Unfortunately, I grew up as a Christian. You understand? My grandmother, my great grandmother, we were Baptist. I can remember going to church with my grandmother. I can remember going to church with my mother. But after my dad, because first after my mom got married to my dad, of course, I wasn't here. I was in her belly. But he went off. His parents made him go to the military. He was forced by his parents. He was forced by both of their parents, my mom's parents and my dad's parents, for them to marry, right? So it was called a shotgun wedding, is what we call it. I'm pretty sure Smart Sister knows what I'm talking about.
Shotgun.
Okay.
That was always when you got pregnant and you hurried up and got married before the baby was
because you
born.
couldn't have a child out of wedlock.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were Christians. You understand? I mean,
Mhm.
the average black, especially in the plantation South, in the South,
Yeah.
the average black household was Christians. They were Baptists. They were Methodists.
Mhm.
You get?
AMEs. So that's African Methodist.
Yeah,
Episcopal.
we had AME in my town. We didn't have an AME church, but in the city, the closest, because I was in a rural. My family is from a rural area, but in the what we would call the city, next city over, they did have an AME. You understand? There was an AME somewhere. You understand? Especially in bigger metropolitan areas.
And that's why
Yes.
when I be arguing with these people don't want to be African, I said, why did we have an AME church? African Methodist Episcopal. Y'all crazy. We've been calling ourselves African a long time. So that really irritates me.
We can't run from it, to be honest. It's deeply rooted in our history. But my point in saying all this was, there was a time. Now my mom wasn't 14 and my dad wasn't a 30-year-old. He was 18 and she was 15 when they started. I guess you would say dating. He was 17, and she was 15. But what I am saying though is that a child could be married. My dad and mom were close in age. But that is just my scenario. That's an anecdotal scenario. But I'm saying, if that was not the case, an underage teen could be the parent would have to sign them over.
Definitely.
It happened. It was
all the time.
I mean, if we look at it now, it was. I mean, it reminds me. If you go back to The Color Purple. That happened. It was wrong, in my opinion. It was wrong because I'm not saying that everyone was 2 years apart. I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, TikTok, that some of those situations were further apart in age. But it still happened that way.
It happened. I mean, look at Aaliyah. Her parents signed, that's how she married.
I don't know if her parents really signed her over or not.
I think they did.
I think that one is a little bit different. I'm talking about,
which is bad, but
back in the day where you saw a younger girl that was, I'm not saying that's everyone's experience, but I just don't believe that, like my mom being 15, my dad being 17, I just don't believe that was the only scenario.
No,
it could have been
you had girls that got pregnant up north and they sent them down south to have a baby. And then they come back
they were raised,
and leave a baby
the
there.
mother took the baby.
Right. Yeah,
and raised
that
the
happens
grandmother.
a lot.
The grandmother took the baby and raised the baby they were siblings
You're
as
right.
opposed to
As
that's
a
her
mother
child.
and child. Exactly.
Exactly. And
That happens a
you know
lot.
what when they found out that was the case is DNA tests.
Hmm.
When
Or they
when you
tell them once they got older, because you got to look and see who you gonna marry. You know
I think
who's
it was a
going
lot
with
of more
what.
family secrets.
Yeah.
It was family secrets. That's what that was. It was just a family secret. Your child could have been raised as your sister or brother.
Mm.
But then let's say that said child has a child, and then that child was me. I'm not saying that's my situation. That's not my situation. But let's just say if I were to do my DNA test, though, seriously, and that was a family secret that never came out. When I go and do my DNA test, if anybody else in the family has done their DNA test, let's say,
Or you
it's
might
gonna
needed some blood, or you might have. It was a
it's
bunch of
gonna
different
connect. It's
ways
gonna exactly. It's
it
gonna
came
connect
out.
me that
Hmm.
this is my mother, not my sister.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of different ways,
It's a lot of
scenarios.
things that went on back in those
Hmm. You
days.
sure
It's
did.
a lot.
You
We have
sure
to be
did.
we have to be honest about that.
Yeah, we do. There's plenty of that. Then we can go do all the stories on people passing. That happened. And then, like I said, then you had to make sure different kids didn't come together, because you could be getting ready to marry your own brother. You don't know.
That happened too.
They
It
had to
moved
try to keep
areas.
up
It
with
moved.
stuff.
You know
Hmm.
what? And that just not too long ago. I mean,
No,
that's
not
in
at
still
all.
some areas because I lived in Gulfport, Mississippi, once upon a time, right? And when I lived in Gulfport, my cousin had came to stay with me, and she was seeing this guy, and this guy was from Macomb. I don't know if you ever heard of
Yeah,
Macomb,
I've heard of
Mississippi.
Macomb, Mississippi. Hmm.
Okay, so
Jackson.
the thing about Macomb, from what we went to one of his she was dating a guy. They were serious, they were committed, but they had a family reunion, right? And almost everybody in Macomb, um they were related. You understand?
Hmm.
In this particular region, in this where he was, they
Hmm.
were all kin, and he was saying it was hard in school, like because everybody was your cousin,
Hmm.
like like they had to go, outside of that community because everybody in that community was family.
Related. Hmm.
Yeah, a lot, the majority, not every single person, but I'm saying you had to, like you said, you had to literally, as like if you were coming up through school, you
Hmm.
have to go home and your mom
Hmm.
or dad would say, who is the girl? What's her
Right.
dad? Who is her dad? Who is her mom? And then they'll tell you that's your cousin.
Right. And then some of them
So
men was creeping with somebody right up the street. You know what I'm saying? So then
yeah,
that happened. That could
yeah.
be a
Some
brother
of
or
them had
sister.
two families, the one around
Mhm.
the corner, like.
Exactly.
I remember Papa was a Rolling Stone.
So, girl, it's been so much shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it don't make no sense.
So
So
we
that.
have to just be clear about that. I'm not saying that, I'm not comparing our people to the disgusting thing that happened with the Mzungus, with the YT,
Mhm.
but we have some very deep, disturbing, or some very, I'm saying like that that time, that era, enslavement
Mhm.
era, right after enslavement era, segregation era, it's some real deep rooted,
Yeah,
dark history in
it
in the
is.
black community. We have to be honest about that.
Well, that's why I talk about intergenerational trauma all the time. There's so much stuff we got to unpack in order to really truly become mentally healthy. Because there ain't no way you enslave people for 300 years and their psyche isn't fucked up. I mean, let's keep it a buck.
Right. I
There's
don't
no way.
disagree.
And that's where all these other pathologies and shit come from. A lot of that stuff. So, it's okay. We getting there. We getting there. And that's why I know I'm dedicated to doing those classes or whatever. I need to go back to those are the lives I used to have. I call it Hump Day Healing, like every Wednesday. And we come and talk about intergenerational trauma because too many of us don't know what it is, don't know how it's affected our families or your health,
Right.
even your physical health, your mental health, all of it, and like I tell people, you wonder why so many folks got high blood pressure, diabetes, substance abuse, domestic violence, all that are outcomes of that same thing. So it's a lot of stuff we got to do some unpacking and deep diving to fix a lot of this stuff. And a lot of men, it's becoming more and more and more apparent how black men have been essayed as much as black girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad.
That happened too, like where
Hmm
your mother's friend or the babysitter.
Yeah.
The babysitter scenario amongst black men during their
Yep.
boys, not men, during their adolescent
Boys.
period, right?
Hmm
When they had babysitters, and it was a
Yeah.
family friend, or it was
Whatever.
the neighbor's older daughter, but she was
Hmm
already 17,
Sexually active.
he was
Hmm
already and he was 8 or 9 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
she's making. I've had too many stories. Brothers have told me how their babysitters made them
Maybe
do
the
things.
babysitter story is more
Hmm
common than what we think.
It is. And then
That's what I
teachers.
say.
Look at these YT women getting busted. These YT
Right,
women are
teachers, the
sexually abusing our boys.
exactly.
Yes.
Right.
It's pathetic. They're sick bitches.
Yeah,
So,
now that's just to me just
it's
freaking
terrible. And that happens a
that's to
lot.
me freaking ridiculous
Hmm
because
hmm
I mean, oh God.
My boys are hypersexualized. That it has happened. So
Right.
it's like I said, a lot of stuff we gotta look into, and then we wonder why a lot of these black men act like they're nothing but breeders. Because they've been SA'd, so they messed up in the head, straight up. So
Even during
it's sad.
slavery, even during chattel slavery,
Oh, definitely
they
then.
were also essayed. We always talk about that females were essayed,
Hmm
African women were essayed, girls were essayed. Yes, they were great.
The boys were too.
They
I
were
just told a
too.
brother about the ones in Louisiana, those pretty Creole boys. They were shipping them back to
Especially in certain
Paris. They were
right.
gay men was
It's
taking them back to
say
Paris doing that. What? Oh, you can't say that word? Oh Lord, here
No,
I go.
you can't
Well,
say that word.
the alphabet people. Well, let
Yeah.
me put that there then.
Yeah, it was a little bit different
Yeah.
colonies. It was a little, in that colony, allegedly, yes, it was a bit more accepted in that colony than in the British colony.
Oh
The British
yeah, in
colony,
France. Mm-hmm.
right? The
They
British
were bringing them
colony
boys
was,
over there like 40 going
yeah, in
west.
France, they had some type of,
It's
they had
terrible.
some, in my opinion, TikTok, allegedly, they had this type of culture
They did.
with their monarchs and all that.
All of
So
that. And them pretty black boy, oh, they love them, honey. You know
yeah,
that.
it was
These are some sick
it was
Neanderthal
very
knuckle
different.
draggers. It's
It was
pathetic. It is pathetic. Well, I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's after 11 here.
yeah. He
Vibes, I
didn't put
guess
on the thing like he sleep.
Vibes
So I'm gonna go over to martial law because he didn't went to
is asleep.
sleep.
Okay.
Like what? But it was good talking to you.
Same here, sis. Always.
So
Okay,
I'll see you
honey.
tomorrow.
All right,
I'm sure I'll
sweetheart.
see you tomorrow in these streets.
Okay, honey. Have a
All
good
right.
night. All right. Bye-bye. All right, Vibes. I'm gone.
All right. Good night, sister. Good night, everybody. I am about to pass out. We'll do it again next time.